Where's my camera? There it is. What up, guys? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me out there? Welcome. Fucking, we're gonna do another one tonight. Tonight we got Bleezy Chuckles with us, aka Sean Feldman, aka Leroy. He's from the derkievese. He's fucking funny guy. He's another smaller channel like us that he's been on Durkey's neck and fucking trolled Durkey, and I thought it'd be a fun time for us to get him up here. So I'm gonna read the comments real quick. I'm gonna welcome everybody. We've got Bird, we've got me. What up, me? How's everybody doing? We're gonna go ahead and get into this. How are you doing, Bleezy?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I hope everybody's doing good tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming. And I know it was kind of short notice. I just kind of hit you up, but hey, there's Guitar Fingers 2.0. What's up, Bubba?
What's up?
Uh, but yeah, so Cool Hand Luke's in the house too. Look at that. We got stars in this motherfucker tonight.
All right.
Uh, all right, so Bleezy, uh, kind of tell us who you are, what you're about, you know, and we'll kind of just go from there.
So I mainly, I've done prank calls and stuff like that for years and little skits and stuff with people for years. And I should have been putting it on YouTube. Um, but at the time, it was kind of like, it's just for fun. And I
Right.
had other ambitions and things that I thought it would get in the way of. And I guess in 2018 or so, I just kind of was like, I'm gonna quit holding back. I'm gonna start putting some of these things out there. And then I realized I was kind of camera shy about things, so I have a hard time, recording myself and talking to the camera and stuff. So I'm still working on that, but I really like the getting people kind of riled up on the phone and that sort of thing. I usually get people like at business and stuff. I usually get people that are giving me bad customer service or just kind of assholes and
Oh
that
yeah,
sort
you're
of thing.
karma
So
for them.
yeah,
Karma.
so I try to target people that deserve targeting.
There you
But
go.
there are a few personalities, you encounter out there in the world that it's like, man, this person would be great. And
Yes.
and there's a lot of people that I've pranked over the years that they probably took offense to it, but honestly, the main reason I pranked them is I almost studied them and really liked their mannerisms and
Oh
stuff.
shit.
So and that's why I thought Donald would be so good, man. Donald is the type of guy that you really want to prank. If you've ever done any kind of prank calls or anything
Oh
like
yeah.
that, that he's
Gullible.
the type of guy that he has to get his side across. He has to explain himself just enough so that he doesn't hang up the phone.
Right. 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 Right.
And he's the drugs probably don't help with him being naive to certain things.
And that just
It's literally,
helps. Go
what's
ahead.
that?
I said that probably just helps with the paranoia, which is on your side at that point.
Yeah, it does. And he gets confused sometimes about who he's talking about. And one of those calls I had with him, one of the long calls, I think with Leroy, he says something about, "Oh, I know what I say to people," and I was like, "Yeah, okay," because I literally at that time I was trolling Donald with like 4 or 5 different phone numbers, man.
Oh
Like, yeah,
shit.
yeah, I was wearing him out, and I still had a couple of like profiles in there on him that were friendly where I'm just getting information where he's venting to me and telling me about the haters and all this stuff. And I came at him from a lot of different angles because I knew he would be good. But I've done prank calls for a lot of people. I had a prank call going with my family for like 2 months, dude,
Oh
and
shit.
it involved like my whole extended family.
So like,
And
if we cash app you, we can get we get prank phone calls. Is that what you're saying?
I've thought about doing stuff like that. You have to be careful. You have to get a little bit of background on the people you're doing it with. Make sure they're not like one of the guys I watch on YouTube. He prank called this guy, and it turned out he was an FBI agent. And
Oh
you know
fuck.
how corrupt they are.
Oh yeah.
So they went to his house and locked him up. Whereas if me or you got pranked, they wouldn't do shit about it. You know what I'm
Right. Right.
saying?
Right.
But
Right.
they
Right.
they went to his house and said he was intimidating a public official and all
Oh
this
my
crap.
god.
But you have to be careful about that. You have to be careful too about certain states. They have two-party laws. So
Okay.
like most of the states that I've dealt with have one-party laws, and it's
Right.
basically saying only one party on the phone call has to know
Oh,
that they're
that's
being
fucked up.
pranked, and that can be the pranker.
Right.
But like California, New York, I think Florida even
Oh
are
wow.
two-party states. So
So,
yeah, you have to be careful.
so give me a second. I'm gonna go through these. I've got a bunch of comments coming in. I'm
All
gonna
right,
read
all
through these
right.
real quick. Welcome, Straight Shooting, Red Reaper, Mr. Fusion, Anonymous Edits, Rowan Modeling, uh, Cool Hand Luke. How's everybody doing tonight? Salute. Uh, all right, go ahead, Bleezy.
But yeah, I mean, I've thought about that, and there a lot of the people that prank online and stuff. That's what they do. They say, hey, fill out this form, and we may prank this person. And there's a lot of, yeah, I mean, I know I could probably get a lot of people good. Generally, if you have about 2 to 3 pieces of personal information on someone, you can usually get them pretty good. You don't have to know their whole background.
Right,
Um,
right, right,
you just have to make yourself seem legitimate, and then target into some type of emotion that they have about a situation. Like
right.
if it's got anything to do, I'll tell you right now, if it's got anything to do with a marriage, wedding, honeymoon, anything like that, anything with those three, you're
Uh,
pretty much in, because you can say, hey, your plans were ruined, yeah, your husband's cheating, whatever. But I don't really want to ruin anything, you know what I mean? So you
right,
got to
right,
make sure
right,
you got time to let them off the hook.
right. We got Moses Heaps in the house as well. Welcome,
All right,
Moses.
what's up?
Yeah, he's. Yeah, no, I get it. Like, and like people are so sensitive these days. It's hard to fucking play a joke. But yeah, I get it.
It
I get it.
is. It is. I don't know. I've watched a lot of the older people, and I think I talked about it recently, either in my stream or Rick and Moses's. But just a lot of the people that I enjoyed listening to and stuff when I was younger,
Right,
and people who have kind of inspired me to do the prank calling thing. But yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, it's sometimes it gets aggravating, especially if you get good content and lose it, or if you
right,
don't get good content, because you can call 40 or 50 different people and not get anything good.
right, right, right. I always like. And this is gonna sound really fucked up. I always used to call the Chinese restaurant,
Uh huh.
and they would always say, they're like, "Are you going to come in?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Can you get my food ready?" And I'm gonna come in. And when you walk in, I mean, I can't remember how I used to do it. Plus, I'm stoned, which really fucking was my memory doing these interviews, which is my bad, I guess. But fucking, no, I've always used to do those prank calls and shit. I was never good at them like you. You got the voices to do it. Like, I'm like, is your refrigerator running? Running? You better go catch it, type shit. You know what I mean? I never had any like, I'm fucking. Who was the lawyer?
Sean Feldman.
Sean Feldman.
Yeah.
I'm no Sean Feldman by any means. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Well, I can kind of play the bullshitter enough to pull him off, but I mean, you also have to choose your person well. I wouldn't prank call an attorney as Sean Feldman. You know
well,
what I
fuck
mean? Because
no,
they're
fuck
gonna know their
no.
shit. But Donald and Durkee, the bar is kind of lowered. You know
Right,
what I'm
right, right,
saying?
right.
And I tried to call Durkee as Sean Feldman one day before I did Donald, and man, it was terrible. He was like, "Fuck you! I got an attorney." He was going off, man. Sounded like he was foaming at the mouth.
Oh
And
my
I said,
god.
"This isn't going to work. I can't." Durkee. The thing about him is he'll answer the phone, but he'll immediately go into like this ballistic rage of "Don't call my house" and all this stuff. And I'm just thinking, you know I know we kind of fuck with them over the top sometimes, but that's nothing compared to what some of these people on the internet do.
Oh my
And I was
fucking
just
god.
thinking, if somebody got a hold of my phone number to that degree, I'd change my fucking number.
Well, I got.
I wouldn't keep the same number for 4 or 5 years. I think he gets some level of enjoyment out of it.
Oh yeah, when y'all make him cry, he definitely uses his tears for lube. We all know that. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, he's one of those dish it out, can't take it type of dudes and
yeah.
bully. So anytime I get a chance to see somebody pick on him, especially if it's somebody that can really mind fuck him, I'm down. I'm gonna go through the comments real quick.
All right.
Uh, uh, Wacky Jackie's in the house. Miss Wacky Jackie, Anonymous Edits, Chanel, Alan Goodman, Mick Dundee. What's up, Bubba? Uh, trying to see. CTG, what's up, Bubba? Red Bull, hey, Bubba, what's up? No, I'm not. You're not. I'm not cleaning the house. You're good, Red Bull. All right. So you do these phone calls, these fake phone calls, fuck with people, which I love fucking with people. That's the whole reason why I made my channel was to fuck with somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether I have Carolina come up or I have Carolina Cowboy or I have fucking, or even I just have buddy for other little content creators like yourself. Just come up, let's talk shit.
Mm-hmm.
And but I like that. I like to be able to do that because I like your sense of humor. I like the way you prank. We may have
I
to get some
appreciate
legal
it.
advice here in a little bit from Mr. Feldman.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Originally I wanted to do a lot of skit comedy and stuff, and that's the reason I bought that GoPro camera. And man, it's hard to get people to film for you and stuff. And
Right,
I don't
right,
know,
right.
COVID happened and all that stuff, and I was like, I'll just do the prank calls for a little while, and then the Durkee stuff popped up, and I was like, man, I'd really like to fuck with this guy because
Oh
he's
yeah,
so smug about getting over on
everything.
people.
He's
Yeah,
so smug about everything, man. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I'm thinking, man, if we all measured the world by Durkee standards, we'd all be millionaires. We'd have 14-inch dicks, and I mean, we'd be set, dude. I
Right?
mean,
Yeah. If I
this
lived in
is how
Turkey's
this
world, yeah.
dude measures
Especially if I
the
get a
world.
14-inch dick. You know what I mean? God dang.
Yeah, he's this is how he measures the world, dude. I kicked him 50 yards. It's,
Yeah,
it's
like I hit him
hilarious.
and he fell 35 feet if he flew in it. You know what I mean? You would
Yeah.
red stick arm have a motherfucker going. But yeah, no, and the side eye. I love the fucking
Oh yeah.
side eye. Or the walk off. When he sees he's made a point, he must
Yeah.
make sure that he fucking walks off.
Yeah. It's hilarious
Ooh,
watching
you
him.
got me. You fucking got me. You know what I mean? Like, god dang.
I've been watching a lot of his old stuff that Weakest Link and them have been uploading. I think Rick uploaded a few,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
man, some of that stuff, I forget some of the stuff he said over the years, and just oh man. But I
Cringy as
was
fuck.
Yeah, I was watching one from 2016 that Weakest Link uploaded, and it was one where he was mad at Bo because she wouldn't take him out because there was snow, and
Oh
I
yeah,
think she went
yeah.
to the store or something, and she didn't take him with her, and and he was so mad. He's like, "I'm selling this Mustang. I'm getting a truck," and I'm like, "Shit, dude, that was 6 years ago, and you're
Right.
still at home, and
He
I
still got
don't
that
know."
baby border. You know what I mean? I'd be
Yeah,
worried about that baby border instead of fucking selling your motherfucking car for dope.
yeah, he's wild.
He's fucking there, man. Like, I guess if drug addiction / mental health problems was a person, it'd be Durkee. Be Durkee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I don't knock on him for whatever mental issues he might have or
And
whatever
I'm not saying
setbacks,
that.
but
I'm just saying that's
yeah, yeah.
like
Well, I'm just
that.
saying, I don't think any of us come at him that way. I think
No,
it's
no,
merely
hell no.
because of his behavior and his
Well,
actions
he
that
fucks
he's,
people over. That's why
yeah,
you're going in
yeah.
on him. Like that, and I figured that out because I'm new to the Durkee verse. And shit, Chevy triple nickel in the motherfucking house. There's a legend.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's
Uh,
up?
right. Mr. Scarface in the house. Who else? Durkee's cabinet door. Dirk's cabinet door. He's one of my favorites. That's a fucking great name.
Yeah,
Great name.
great name. Yeah, I don't think any of us screw with him because of that. It's the constant bullshit with him that he goes and creates problems for himself and screws people over with the scamming and all that. But you know, somebody sent me a message. It was like the second video I posted with Durkee,
Oh
and they were
shit.
like, "Don't you feel bad? His mom's already said he's retarded and all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff." And I'm like, "Well, I don't, I, I don't feel bad for making fun of him and messing with him for the shit he does.
Right.
Stuff he does. First off, if he's that bad off, why is he accessing the internet? Why is he out there on live? I mean, not accessing the internet, of course. I mean, people have
I
to
know
pretty
what you
much use
mean.
the
Yeah.
internet. But
Right.
if his family's looking out for him, why are they letting him go on live like that?
Right. Right.
And why are they letting him scam? And why are they? Because it's a whole gimmick with them. Like
Everything is
there's
a
a lot
gimmick.
of yeah, there's a lot of times I've spoke to Bo on the phone. And I'm like, oh man, I almost feel bad messing with her. And then next time I call, it's oh fuck you, da 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 da. She goes off, and it all depends on where they're at on their high, where they're at in their supply,
Yeah.
and
And if
what
Durkee's in
they need.
earshot,
Yeah, whatever they need is going to trump that next. It's going to
right.
determine that next action. So,
Right. I'm gonna go through the comments real quick.
all right.
Um, Welcome, Cast and Blast. Let's see. Dirk's cabinet door. Georgia Viking. Let's see. Hope Falls. What's up, Bubba? CTG.
What's up?
Oh hell yeah. So, but yeah, like Scooter begging, what's up? Yeah, fuck Durkee. But yeah, yeah, and they're so easy to trigger. Like it don't take much. It does not take much.
Yeah,
Like
their default is like 8,
yeah,
They they'll pick up the phone. And even Chig, Chig doesn't answer the phone a lot. Chig doesn't get on camera. He tries to avoid it. I don't think he wants any part of it, in all honesty.
right,
So, I have a little bit more respect for him, but he said some things on the phone to me that I'm like, yeah, I don't feel that bad.
right.
But he even sometimes, man, he'll go off, and you wouldn't think he's a, generally you think he's calm mannered, but you wouldn't think it if you heard him say some of the shit he said. But Bo will go off, and then she'll say, "I'm sorry."
Oh, voice
I'm
box.
sorry. I thought you was somebody else. We got people on the internet that's messing with us and my boy Durkee. And I'm like, okay. They're
Oh,
always the victim when they tell the story too.
oh well, fuck yeah, dude. They always
All we
are.
did was sell a bottle.
Yeah, right. Always getting some talks and lug nuts. You know, it wasn't. It was not. You could talk to Sean Feldman. It was not a distribution charge because they're tots and lug nuts.
And it didn't say it on the bottle. He said he didn't have to. That's what. That's always something.
Oh shit. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's. I mean, that's. They always got an excuse. I guess is what I was getting
Yeah,
at. They always. There's always, oh, they're messing with us. Even Donald, that's his immediate go-to, immediate
yeah,
victimhood. The whole family. Don't get
right.
me wrong, the whole family. And I'm not, I'm not trying to bring anybody else into this, but when you watch the documentary, I feel like all of them play victim.
Oh well, fuck
Victim
yeah,
of the
fuck
system,
yeah.
and I guess to a certain degree, maybe
But you can
the
only
way coal's been eaten up and the way the meth and stuff has come in, it probably has created a lot of victims in that region of the country. But at the same time, if you can't overcome that, I mean, you can't blame a lot of other people for your problems, and you certainly can't go around scamming people on the internet and think, oh, that's an
I'm gonna
excuse.
get
That's a
and I'm gonna get
get
away
out of
with it.
jail. Yeah,
Right.
get out of jail free card.
Exactly.
Screw that.
All right, I'm gonna go through the comments real quick. Uh, hey, your boy Blue, I'm gonna bring you up when I'm done with Bleezy Chuckles. I want you to come up and talk some shit with me because I know you can. And I want to fucking like that's another good dude. Everybody, if you're not subbed to Bleezy Chuckles, go sub to Bleezy Chuckles. If you're not
I
subbed to each
appreciate
other in
that.
the room, everybody go sub to each other. You know what I mean? Um, that's all. That's all sub to each other because that's what we're building here, Bleezy. We got it. We're building a community that supports each other, where there's not a bunch of bullshit. We can come here, chill out, relax, not fucking worry about drama because we're here to have a good time. That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
We're here to fucking talk shit. You know what I mean? Smoke a little weed. If you have a drink, drink you a drink. You know, we're here to have a good time. This is our getaway from
yeah.
reality. This is how we fucking blow off steam. So
Well, this is. I mean, I've thought about damn. If it wasn't for my family and stuff, I thought about damn canceling a lot of the Netflix and stuff because I've gotten so much entertainment out of this the past couple of years. I don't
right.
really watch reality TV
I
much.
watch YouTube. I'm usually watching.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of Carolina Cowboy. He's one of my favorites. I love his sense
yeah,
of humor.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, Saturday night, me and him's going to do a Cowboy Squatch show.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah, I saw he was on one of your streams the other day. I caught a
yeah.
little bit of it. I caught a little bit of it, after the fact, so I wasn't in chat or anything. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I enjoy all these guys. I haven't met anybody that I'm like, yeah, I don't really like you.
Exactly.
Most of it. Well, we had one, but they kind of ousted themselves. But for the most part, I get along with pretty much everybody, unless
That
they give me a reason not to trust them or
exactly.
not to respect them.
Little
Because
fella in the house, what up? Wreaking havoc, what
what's
up?
up?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, no, no. You're fine. You're fine.
But
I know
yeah,
the chat's going. It's moving.
it is like we got 32 people in here.
I
Like,
have a hard time keeping track of the
yeah,
chat when I'm
if I
doing it.
don't stop and fucking make myself, I'll fucking will be way behind.
Yeah, I have that problem on YouTube. I don't have that problem on Twitch. I'll stream on Twitch and I won't have anybody on there. And I'm like, yeah, well, I hope everybody's doing well.
Right? Yeah. Right. Oh, I
Yeah,
remember my first couple of lives on here. Like, it'd be like 1-0, 1-2, stay
yeah,
30, 45 seconds, leave. But now, like, hey, man, and honestly, I can say the Durkee verse has showed me so much love. You know what I mean? We give that fucking loyalty back to them, and that's badass. They've
yeah,
opened their arms. They've come on shows with me. They've done anything that I can fucking that I fucking need. You know what I mean? If they could do it, they've done it for me. Scooter Beggins, another one. Man, I wish I could be a
You
troll like him when I grow up. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Well, they brought me out of my shell a lot, everybody in the community, even using the StreamYard. I was nervous as hell about using this. And Moses could tell you, I was nervous about using. I'm like, I don't know. I,
right, right.
I mostly used iMovie. I don't know, and I use OBS for Twitch. But I don't know if you've ever used that, but if it's like married to whatever platform you put it on, and if you
Uh,
try to change platforms, you got to change all kind of crap, and yeah,
uh,
they're not very compatible.
right, like this one. Like I just figured this out last Sunday, not a week ago Sunday. You know what I mean? And I did a test run,
Uh-huh.
and then I did like every night last week I did between a 1 and a 4 hour live stream
Wow.
holding consistent people. You know what I mean? It was badass. We have a good time in here. We get wild after we get through this interview shit. We're gonna get a little wild, Bleezy. I
Yeah.
think you'll have some fun.
All right.
So, you remember that tag you made me? Could you have Leroy say that tag for me since we got a room full of people? So, because I never, and that'd be kind of
Oh
like a little
yeah.
shout out to if you have Leroy do that for me.
Yeah, I can do that. Let me remember what we said because I'm terrible at memorizing lines.
Hey,
Uh,
I'll give you your
Here
line.
it is. Here it
I'll
is.
give
I
you your
got it.
okay.
Sasquatch taking all the clout chaser views in 2022. All right now.
That's right. Woo! Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. He worked that up for me. I was like, hey, could you think we could do something like this? Just kind of give a salute to fucking, Scooter Beggins. I hit him up. I was like, do you care if I do that? He said, not at all. I said, hell yeah. So that's why we did that. We appreciate it. Um,
I appreciate it. I enjoy doing stuff like that too. I mean, I appreciate all the shout outs and everything people give me, and it means a lot because I've built my channel a lot, the
right.
last several months since really, I guess I was watching all this stuff from 2024, but it was about this time last year that I came out with that tow truck video, and
Wow,
and
really?
that was like the first long one that I recorded with him because I recorded some stuff, but it was like Durkee cussing me out and immediately hanging up, and that's what some of those ended up in that video I released a few weeks ago, where it was like random moments because they were just weren't it wasn't substantial enough to make a whole video,
Right.
but some of the shit he says when he picks up the phone, he's like, "Didn't we?" I don't know if you ever heard the one where I think it was where I called him on the app, and it was like a Chinese voice or something. He's like, "Didn't we kill you guys in Vietnam?"
Oh my God. Wow.
And I'm like,
Holy
"Oh my
shit.
god, you don't even know the difference, man."
Yeah, right, right, right. That's hilarious. Hey, Moses Heap says, he said, I hope you don't think that shit's free, Seth, because Sean's a crooked, you're a crooked, Sean's a crooked lawyer.
Well, that's why they burned my sign down.
Oh, that's
You
what he
know
burned
we're
his side down.
you know we're all unemployed, and we all hide behind pictures of old women. You know, that's what Durkee's been saying it for months. Like they don't have nothing to do all day but watch me, and I'm like, dude, you sit around the house all day, and what's your excuse for not like? I don't know. I don't
Right.
get it.
Uh, he's too busy. He's too out of function. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I mean, them tot tots will get to you after a while. You take enough tot tots, you need some Narcan, you know? Fucking,
yeah. I don't know. He's in bad shape. I mean, me and him's about the same age. I think he might be a few months older than me. And I just think, man, I seen him go downhill from the documentary days. I didn't know he was on YouTube. I had seen a few things here and there, since the documentary. And then in 2020, I think it was when all the Tiger King stuff came out.
yeah,
I was like, oh man, you think this is some shit? Watch this. And I was showing somebody something. I'm like, I can't believe he's on YouTube. Of all the people in the documentary, I thought, well, he's probably made a success of himself because he was around that age where he could kind of ride that wave and
yeah,
be involved in social media. And I'm like, damn, this dude ain't did shit with his life, you
right.
know?
And he still lives in his mom's bedroom with that
Yeah,
fucking bullshit baby banner.
yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying? God dang, son. Like, I don't even know how he gets pussy in that room. I'm just
I
saying.
don't know, man. There must be some desperate women to
It's all the
even
tot
be
tots.
in there. Yeah, you gotta bribe something like that because even somebody who works, 40 hours a week or more and makes decent money, it's difficult to hold down a relationship or even start that conversation a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
time,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
especially in this world nowadays, man. These women nowadays are fucking crazy. and and then I guess the men are too, but I can
This
only
world's
speak
just
for.
going. Everything's gone crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
it's literally everything. It's not just. It's everything.
yeah. People's priorities are all out of whack too, and I
Oh
just like,
yeah, that's
yeah,
exactly right. That's
yeah.
exactly right.
I was listening to this guy. We've got a fellow that comes in our post office here locally. I was standing in line at the post office, and he came in and gave me a long sermon, and I didn't ask for it. I didn't
Yeah,
invite it,
never
but it
do.
went on.
Never do.
It went on, and I was like, "Good Lord!" At least he made some points that I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty good," but then I was thinking, "Good Lord, let me get out of here."
I'm like, good Lord, I'm not taking you up a fucking offering. Quit preaching to me. So my dad
Yeah.
was a Pentecostal tent preacher.
Oh, okay.
So you see why I'm so fucked up. But like, no, I'm kidding. I just pissed everybody off in the room. Watch my shit start dropping now.
Well,
No,
you
but
know,
like, I mean, I
people
was
have to accept that religion has a certain level of hypocrisy that goes along with it, and that's
right.
just something I've always kind of taken as a grain, with a grain of salt. That there is a certain level of hypocrisy in all religion, in my
Well,
opinion.
we all have a little bit of hypocrisy in us. Like, but it depends on how real you want to be. You know, in my opinion, it depends on how real you want to be, how hypocritical you're going to be.
Yeah,
Like, I can't tell my kids not to smoke weed because I smoke weed. Like, to me, that's hypocritical. You
yeah,
teach them that you either use it for medicine or whatever the fuck ever. But I mean, I feel like I was just told no. You know what I mean? No, you can't do that. But they never told me why I shouldn't do that. They just told me no. Well,
yeah.
you tell a kid no, and um, I
Well,
mean they're gonna
curiosity,
go do it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I got three kids of
curiosity is
my
going
own.
to take over if nothing else, and
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
I'm more of the type that's like, hey, these are some things that can happen. These are some things to be aware of, you know. And being in Georgia, we have some really strict laws on pot, and even more so on things like those THC cartridges and stuff.
yeah,
Anybody in Georgia, I'm telling you right now, they treat those THC cartridges, the ones that aren't CBD based,
yeah.
they treat those things like they're meth. They'll throw your ass in jail for 5 years for those things.
Really? Wow,
Be
that's
careful
crazy.
if you're getting them from other states. I'm telling you, I knew somebody who recently went through that, and I didn't know that, but they treat THC like it's crystal
What
meth
up,
or
Brett?
something.
Damn, what
So
up, Brett? Eye Patriot. I can't remember. Why are you so nosy? Oh yeah, why are you so nosy? Crystal Duran wreaking havoc. Alan Goodman. But yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I mean that's something that I learned recently, and I'm thinking, the marijuana they've laxed off a little bit, but I think it should be legalized. I know there's people out there that disagree, but I've never met someone smoking pot that's gonna
Right.
come in your house and murder you. Most of the time, they might ask to borrow some sugar, or they might ask to borrow a bag of chips, but they're not going to come in the
Yeah,
house
they're gonna
and chop
rape
you
the
up.
refrigerator and take a nap. That's about all
Yeah,
they're gonna do. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
So I've never had the issue with it. I've always had jobs at drug tests and stuff, so I've never been able to really partake. But I'm not against people doing it.
Right,
As
right,
long as
right.
they're able to be productive, I mean, it don't matter to me. But what cracks me up is Durkee and them. They'll do all that shit on camera and be like, "We don't do drugs," and I'm like, "Well, I don't necessarily consider pot a drug necessarily. I mean, it is kind of, if you look at it that way. But
But you can't be like,
you're
I got a
snorting
scratch
shit off
off.
a plate. Yeah, you're snorting shit
Hey,
off a plate, and you're like, "No, I don't do drugs. Just be
what
clean.
what
Just
part of
tell
Georgia are
people."
you from?
I'm
I'm,
near
I'm
Atlanta. Yeah, I'm in Metro Atlanta.
Metro Atlanta, cool hand.
Yeah,
Right on, right
yeah.
on.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, you Georgia boy.
Yeah, yeah, and a
What
lot of
up,
people
Carolina rep?
here, now so many people have moved in from other places. They're like, "Where are you from? Are you from Texas?" And I'm
Oh
like, "Yeah,
fuck,
I'm from
those are
Georgia. I
fighting
grew
words.
up here."
Those are fighting words.
Yeah, so I'm like, "Well, I grew up
he's
here." I
in
mean,
he's in Atlanta, Luke.
yeah, Metro Atlanta. So,
He said, "Me
yeah,
too, fool."
okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I know a lot of us are probably damn near neighbors. A lot of us are.
Right.
I mean, there's different people that I've talked to from Georgia and Alabama and Tennessee and North Carolina. So you know, we're about as close as anybody, I guess.
Right, right. Yeah. I'm in Missouri. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I went through Missouri a couple years back. That's the first time I've been to Missouri. I drove through it overnight,
You
so I
didn't
didn't get to
fucking
see
miss
much
nothing,
of
did
it.
you?
I mean, it was all right. It wasn't much different than Georgia landscape wise.
Right,
I
right.
mean, it was probably a little more farmland until I got to Kansas City. That was a bigger town. But
Mick, you have a good day, Bubba. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
thanks for dropping in. Yeah, but yeah, I've drove through a lot of states. I actually just got back from a long road trip out west,
Oh, hell
so
yeah.
I
Hell yeah.
like doing that. I like the road. A lot of people are like, you can't. How do you drive? I'm like, I like to be out on the road. You
Yeah,
know,
hell yeah. Set the cruise control. Let's get it.
I like it when you get away from the cities. When you get
Yeah.
away from the cities.
Excuse me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, that's my thing. That's what I like to do when I'm not at home. And then I get homesick, and I'm like, sure would like to get back to my bed and stuff.
Right. Right.
I stayed
Exactly.
at one hotel last time I went out. Man, that was the worst fucking hotel I've ever stayed at, man.
Oh, wow.
And it was like $100 cheaper than everywhere else. And I was like, yeah, okay,
Right.
that'll save me $100. And
Exactly.
it wasn't like roach infested. I didn't see no bugs or anything, but it was just the noise and the like they
Right.
didn't put soap in there and stuff.
Oh,
And
shit.
I was like,
The fucking
I'm glad I
TV.
saved
Did
the
the
one
TV
from
have a
the
clear
last
box
hotel.
around it?
No, it wasn't that bad, but they're probably in another couple of years they'll probably be on that level
Oh,
if
shit.
it keeps
Yeah.
going
Exactly.
downhill. Oh
Fucking
yeah,
next week they started charging by the hour. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I think. Well, I know they had weekly rates. I do know that because they had them
Weekly
posted on
rates.
the door.
Goddamn.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had them posted on the door. But man, the there was like some lady just screaming all night, and I've never called the front desk before. And I said, "Well, damn, let me call in case there's somebody trapped in their room or something." I
Right.
thought
Right.
maybe somebody got handcuffed to the bed, or you never know. So
Right. So
I
they got
call and
handcuffed to
I'm
the
like,
bed.
yeah, and I'm like, hey, somebody screaming over here in this part of the building.
Right.
And the guy's like, oh yeah, there's some kids over there. They're mad. They closed the hot tub.
Right on.
They closed the hot tub. What kind of children are mad about the hot tub? And I said, well, you mean kids? Kids or like kids, teenagers? Because
Oh shit. Oh
and
yeah.
he's like,
No. No.
no,
No.
these are kids. I
Yeah.
said, well, somebody needs an ass whipping. You
Goddamn
know?
right. Yeah. You damn right.
But we woke up that morning about 7 o'clock, and I told my daughter, I said, pack everything up in the room, get everything. We're gonna get everything in the car. We're gonna come back in this motherfucker and make all the noise we can. And I
Fucking A
tell you,
right. Hell
we
yeah.
dropped the fucking toilet seat, slammed some doors, opened some cabinets. I was like, fuck these people. They kept us
Yeah.
up all night.
Hell yeah. Right. Yeah. Fuck them motherfuckers. We're gonna
She
beat on the
actually got
walls.
Yeah, she actually got a kick out of it because normally I'm kind of uptight. I'm kind of like, don't make any noise, be quiet. But I said, shit, we're gonna make all the noise we can.
Right. 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 Hell yeah. So I guess if anybody has any legal questions, if you want to, you go ahead and bring Sean up.
We could have a discussion about that. This is
Right.
Sean Feldman.
Yeah, and he'll be. I'm going to answer some legal questions for y'all tonight. So if y'all have any legal questions, hey, you're good, brother. Go show love. Hey, go show love to all the fam. That's right. Hey, and tell him when I'm done with Bleezy that I will bring him up. But if y'all have any fucking, since we got a, he's just this side of shady. You know what I mean? Just this side of shady, an attorney. He'll answer your questions to the best of his ability and make sure it's the law, so that way you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, we'll do that. And just remember, these are for entertainment purposes only. We don't want
And
no trouble.
all
But
right,
but yeah. So yeah, my office is located next to the KFC, and I generally take a large clientele base, and we have a lot of variety in our clients. So I'd love to answer your questions.
okay, I got a question. Like Durkee's always talking about Section 230. Section 230. That motherfucker knows Section 230. You don't know how to brush his teeth, but he knows Section 2 motherfucking 30. You know what I'm saying? Could you expound on how Section 230 protects our rights?
So Section 230 came along, I believe, in the 90s, and it's basically to protect the internet platform from people posting things that might be liable, things that are related to certain opinions and things like that could be people would take legal action against the website and say, well, you allowed this to be posted. It basically keeps them out of the path of the legal ramifications. for what you post on the online on their website.
Oh,
So uh, Donald Trump opposed keeping that in place because of some different situations he had going on. Durkee claims that Donald Trump was in fact the person who created it and got his way when Donald Trump vetoed the bill and all of these things. So we've tried to set him straight on many occasions. We've sent him messages with the whole story. He refuses to believe it. He still believes Section 230, in fact, protects all of his rights and gives him copyrights and trademarks and stuff that don't exist.
oh my God.
So we're all living in Durkee's world.
Right. This is Durkee's world, and we're just living in it. I'm going to check these comments. Woo! Yeah, this is professional advice. However, it is not licensed. You're correct, little feller. Hello, Cassie. Welcome. Being brother Billy went to prison for his law degree. Does that mean he can officially marry Durkee and Krabby Patty?
I
Here's
believe he
Waldex
could.
wants to know
He
that.
could be. He could even be ordained. The swastika religion that he's got.
Fuck.
He's got. He's got an ordained ministry
Okay.
in the house there. That's probably why they don't pay any taxes.
I mean, Feldman sounds like a Jewish name. How do you feel about that swastika? Is what I want to know.
Well, I think the swastika it symbolizes a whole lot of things. Now, primarily historically, before the Holocaust, it meant a whole different thing. But because of its misuse and because of its ties to the Nazi Party, unfortunately, it's carried a different meaning since then. So something to be mindful of. And even though Billy prays to the swastika thing, he may be able to marry them though. He may
Oh
actually be
God.
able to sign the license. I think he might be able to.
As long as it's in like blue crayon, he can sign it, correct?
Yeah. Well, that's all he can write with over there.
Because they write like this.
If you remember, the sister in the documentary had difficulty finding a pen to write with when she was calling all those rehab clinics. So they
I
was
know.
probably had the crayons get so hot in that fucking trailer that they probably all melted away.
Well, they had all the pens tore apart because they was using them for tutors.
Possibly,
Fucking-
possibly.
oh my gosh. Oh, thank you for that sound advice.
I appreciate that.
Let's see. Anybody else got any more? Them fat crayons. That's
Yeah,
right.
they have to have the ones, the 2-year-old ones. They probably got those big pencils too.
the big pencils.
Those
Yes.
big pencils where you use your whole hand.
Right.
I don't know. We might be over exaggerating. They probably just use finger paint.
Right. Or poop.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
well, he had some left over from 2020 and some socks he stored.
Oh shit.
You remember that with the socks?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Like, I'll just use a sock.
Fucking stop.
All right, I'll stop.
No, you're good. You're good. No, you're good. Oh my God, use a sock. Oh God, he turns it inside out and uses it on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah.
It just leads you to wonder, like we were looking at the plumbing, and that walk-in bathroom that they created, and there's no drain plug in the thing. It's just straight ceramic. So either there's like a bucket or something underneath there they're using, and they're dumping it every so often, or they've got like a pipe just butted up to the bottom of it, and maybe siliconed on there.
Oh my fucking
Because he
God.
doesn't have like an official, drain.
Oh God.
So I don't know. I mean, I know
That's
people
funny
that are
shit.
plumbers, and I've seen the work they do. Never seen
fucking
anything like
Durkee
that.
knows everything about everything. Just ask him.
Yeah, he puts in hot water tanks and all
And
kinds.
takes them out, and he throws them 30, 40 foot across the yard. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a little badass in breadstick arms, boy. It's all muscle. He's like 3% fat. No, motherfucker, you're Skeletor skeleton is what you is. We got a question about copyright stuff here. He said, "Is there a copyright on Durkee's image of his biceps?"
I believe if you go to the Smithsonian Museum, they've got a list of those there. The Smithsonian. The Smithsonian, the one in Washington D.C. That's where I primarily practice because we have to go there to sort the Pokemon cards before the legal battles.
Right. And also, does he have a special insurance on all those expensive cards? Did you have to I gotta make it.
I believe those are insured by Marlboro. I believe they've insured those. Uh, they've certainly laid claim.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I believe that they're the ones probably insuring those. It's either Marlboro or L&M, but those things are rough.
Yeah, they can't afford Camel, so it's probably the L&M Camel, that Turkish blend. Hey, we got another one here. Yet Chicken Billy did all the work while he sat there on live acting
Mhm.
like he was working hard. Yeah, this is his
Look at
job.
my floor. Yeah, I love how he walked around the house. I think that video is still out there too. I think it's actually still on his YouTube, where he walked around the house showing it off, and you can see that ripple in the floor.
Yeah.
You can see that big old ripple in the floor, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well I did this one." And Billy said I did it wrong or something like that.
Oh shit.
And I'm thinking, good lord, that if that's the only thing you touched, great
Right.
work there.
I'm having to type out. I'm having to give him. Okay. Hit the clip. Hit the guest button. Uh, Tony, you here? Go
Oh,
down. And
you
hit where it
sending a
says
link
more.
out?
Hit where it says more. Hit the guest button. A thing will pop up. It says invite guest. Hit the guest, and it'll say copy link, and then you take it down to more. Hit more. Go to post comments. Hit post comments. Take it down. Paste it in post comments and go through there. Nailed it. All right. Go ahead. I apologize. I'm
No,
having.
you're fine.
I mean,
You're fine.
we're all trying to teach us how to. We're all trying to learn
Well,
this
yeah,
shit.
I mean, we're all learning. There's stuff that, that people will tell me and they're like, "Hey, do this." And "Hey, I don't know. Where's
Right.
that option at?" And then the bad thing of today is it's like, "Oh, well, you have to go on a computer to do that." But,
Right.
"Oh, you're on the iPhone. Well, only Samsung does that." And
Right.
I'm like, "Man, I shit out of luck on some of these things."
I know, right? Like I'm running everything off an iPhone, and I'm like, I don't like it because
Yeah.
it just pisses me off. Like, and then I know that when I get the laptop, it's going to be a whole new system that I'm going to have to learn. I'm
Yeah.
retarded.
Well, technology is one of those things. It's a great convenience when it works right and it's reliable. But man, if it starts getting unreliable, that's my thing. It, the features and stuff that you sell me on, those are usually the things that aren't reliable, and it pisses me off. Like
Right. Right. Right.
I'll have a damn fit of rage over something like that. Especially Alexa, she'd probably hear me. Yeah, sure
Oh
enough.
yeah.
But
Uh,
oh, do this. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how to do that. Well, what the hell, you
huh.
know?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's always something with technology, man.
Griswold, a complete remodel, paint, and a disconnected toilet.
Yeah, they still haven't gotten to the kitchen area.
I
Last
mean,
I saw, maybe that's what they've been working on all these weeks.
right.
They probably got cali cakes in there with a roller and a brush.
Either that or they need to work on Dirk's cabinet door. No offense, Dirk's cabinet door.
That poor old cabinet, man.
That
That
poor.
thing's been in rough shape. I took a picture one day. I was at the Habitat for Humanity restore, where they sell
Oh
excess
shit.
building supplies.
Yeah.
I took a
Yeah.
picture of a cabinet door and I was like, "Here you go, Dirk." Tagged him in it. That's how I got blocked, I think. It was either
Evan
that or a
Forehand.
message I sent him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's funny shit. That's
yeah,
funny shit.
that
So
thing's been broke a long time.
hell yeah. So does that's my favorite one, Wacky Jackie. Has anyone ever asked Durkee about his veneers recently?
I know, right?
I wonder if his new wife he sucks on those 4 teeth. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Dirk's
makes
cabinet
you
door said
wonder.
fix me. Fucking
Good
love.
luck on that.
No shit. Calling in there, glazing those wood floor. Oh, gross. It looked like a buttermilk. What do you say? It looked like a buttermilk truck jumped over.
Well, I don't remember if I don't know if y'all remember this, but back in the Tim Mack days, I remember him making a comment about all the rugs on the floor before they put this new floor down, and they just had rugs everywhere. The carpet was torn. They had like different pieces of carpet looked like it had been cut out of other people's houses and stuff laying out. Which I'm not gonna lie, I've had relatives and stuff that couldn't afford new carpet, and someone's like, "I'm getting my carpet tore up," and they're like, "Oh, we'll be over with a
Fuck
truck."
yeah, dude. We're
So
hillbilly enough for that shit around here
you gotta
too.
make it work. I get that, but hell, at least vacuum the shit.
Yeah, no
But
shit.
they had
Like take
like
it to the car wash first or something.
yeah, they
Make
had
sure
like little rugs like for the kitchen and stuff over
like
the
a little
different
bitty
holes in
like
the carpet. And
Fucking great.
Tim said something about that. That was a long time ago, but I remember that. I think it was on that stream where the dogs were having sex in the
Oh, in the
in the
background, that
stream.
was
I
great.
think it was that one. He's like, "You get where are all these fucking rugs?"
Fuck yeah. Wacky Jackie says, "Stay tuned for Billy and his wife's interview follow up to Married for 90 Days." You're
Oh
fucking
wow.
killing me, Jackie. You're killing me. That's great.
Yeah,
Oh god.
they seem to be having some issues if he's back there. I don't know. She might have turned him in for the return policy there.
Right. I mean, well, his legs are fucked up, so she can only get half back, right? Is
Fella,
Billy in the?
I hate to laugh about that, but I mean,
I can laugh about it. I got
it's
one
the
motherfucking
results of
leg.
a what's that?
I said I can laugh about it. I do have one leg. I got a
Really?
Jesco leg. I got a Jesco leg, bro.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was Jesco's, right? And he grew his leg back, and he knew that I needed one. So it appraised for about 4.3 million.
Oh
But
wow.
he sold it to me for like 500. I even got the official sticker on there, but I'm not taking my leg off. I'll have to show you sometime though.
Okay.
I'll have to show you sometime that Jesco leg.
Okay.
But yeah, I bought but I did have it appraised last Tuesday, and it went up to 4.6 million. So I'm just fucking
Wow.
making money.
You better get it graded and all like Durkee.
Yeah, I will. It's an official sticker. Official.
You know, poor old Durkee. He thinks everything's worth $10 million. I'm like, dude,
What up,
if
straight shooting?
I do all right. And
Leroy
if I
Patriot.
had something, if I had a baseball card worth 10 million, unless it was like from a grandfather or grandmother that passed away or something, if there wasn't
Bye.
sentimental, that shit would be gone. I'll tell you right
Right.
now, I'd put that shit, I'd invest that shit for my daughter or something, but that shit wouldn't be sitting in a card.
Oh no, shit. Right in the college
Get it
fund or
while it's
something.
hot, because stuff like that, the market for stuff like that, any kind of collectible, the market, it's here today, gone tomorrow. So if
Oh
you get it up that high, you might as
yeah.
well.
Might as well. Hey, Dirk's cabinet door said Billy and his wife split everything down the middle. Both got 10 Marlboro Reds.
Yeah,
That's fucking hilarious.
and they were lucky they were Marlboros,
They were lucky they were Marlboros. Hey, I want to
Yeah.
shout out Straight Shooting and fucking Red Eye Patriot. Chance, welcome. There's people that come in.
What's up, y'all?
Have
Thanks
a
for
good one,
coming
Crystal.
in.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in. We do appreciate you. And if y'all aren't subbed to each other, y'all go ahead and sub to each other. Sub to this man, Bleezy Chuckles. He's a
I
good one. He's
appreciate
up here.
that.
He's up here. He came on here short notice and was like, "Hey, we'll fucking kick it with you and talk some shit." So, has Leroy still been getting any from Skanka since she's no longer with
No,
Durkee?
man, I had to leave her. I had to leave that bitch alone. She went over there to Dougie. I don't know what she could bring him back. I mean, she was already questionable.
She's
All she
well. See
had to
that
trade was
OnlyFans shit.
Fufu.
That OnlyFans shit will get you every
She had
time.
OnlyFans, and she had them pants in the flow. And I can't even believe she had me over there. But I was in Virginia for the weekend because I'm a truck driver, and that's what I decided to do because she's on the pet life, and that's where I found her. She was looking for some BBC, so
Some of
I
that BBC shit. Oh my
so
god.
that's where she met me, and as far as I know, she's still on there looking.
She's still on there looking. She ain't found the right one yet, but damn the luck.
All she had to trade was some True Moves and some apple juice.
Oh my god. Well, she had them pants of Durkee's from 1989 that were probably worth $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know he had them insured for 100,000 anyways. You
yeah.
know.
Well, if he
Thank
gets
you,
them
Chanel.
back, he have to wash them because we didn't have no towels or nothing laying around. If he gets them
You fucking
back,
killing me. Oh, that's great.
he yeah he left them in the wrong place at the wrong time. And as far as I know, she still got his PlayStation. I think.
Yeah. Oh, that was the biggest part. That's what he's mad about because he got one controller. She got to keep the controller and the PlayStation. You know what I mean? And he got the broke one. She's like, "Why do I need the broke one? I can play the PlayStation." And it made sense. So he was fucking pissed.
He was pissed.
And then
Yeah.
Mama Bo broke out her fucking sugar tit for him. You know what I'm saying? And she said, "Chick, if he wants to suck on my titties, he can. You leave him alone. That's my squirrel."
Leave him alone. Get over here, squirrel.
God damn it! Come here, squirrel.
Yeah.
Suck on this.
Come
Fuck it.
on. I'm a little tired. You'll be all right.
I'm just gonna lay here.
Well, he got mad because in that one where he was like raging with her. It was like one of their 2 a.m. streams or something when he was raging her. Fuck her. She lets everybody come in this house and all this stuff. And I've been treated like dirt. you know. And when he was in there and she turned on the PlayStation for something, it's like bloop, and he's like, "That's my PlayStation. You hear that? That's my PlayStation." So I called him one day and I turned mine on right in the mic of the phone. I was like, boop. I was like, "That's my PlayStation." He's like, "Fuck you." He went off about that shit, man.
Oh my fucking god, you're killing me. What's that fly on the
Oh
wall?
man,
Oh my fucking god,
what's
that's
up?
great. That's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious. Yeah, that dude's an idiot. He's fucking
I
nuts.
wish I had recorded half of what I called him on back then. I haven't called him in a while since I've been messing with Donald. I haven't called him much. Now I call over there just kind of see who's in the house,
Right.
and give intelligence to other people that are looking for it. But I haven't really called him with any intentions to screw with him lately. I did call him one day. Um, I forget what I was doing something, and I just had a few minutes, and I called him, and I was like, I was just trying to get the story on how all these people got you fired from your job, and he's like, well, let me tell you what, and he started just giving all the excuses that he gave, since he says we got him fired from his job, but sometimes he's just fun to just listen to.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's just fun to triggering. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through some of these comments here. It says, Chance said Durkee won't add me back, LOL. I'm surprised he's still friends with me on Facebook. Fucking Bird said he getting them bitches off skipthegames.com.
Skip the games. I hadn't heard of that one.
I ain't either.
I'll have
It's
to
like
check that
it's
out.
like
Maybe Leroy can get on there.
tweakersonly.com. Oh yeah, yeah, the Rick and Morty Bong Griswold, yeah. And that's the top of the smoking equipment. That's right. The tow truck driver. Y'all know Roland. Roland likes to rap. He wrote a little turkey rap that says, "Squirrel looking for a nut. Dude lives in a meth flamed hut. Brain dead and burnt. Cali cakes has him turned." Yeah, that's fucking great.
Oh, that cucumber thing, man, that was crazy.
That's fucking weird. Like,
Yeah. I,
I
I
mean,
never, I didn't get, I don't know, I may have missed something on his videos, but I was trying to kind of understand more detail about that with Scooter Beggins. What happened with that guy? Because it almost seemed like the guy kind of disappeared on him or something. It seemed kind of odd. You remember the guy that went up there and was like videotaping and stuff?
yeah, yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like to know more. I'd like to know more about what happened with him because it seemed like that kind of fell apart or something. But yeah, that was weird. I didn't like that. I honestly didn't like that because it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like at that point she had kind of removed herself from the situation and probably just chill,
Right,
But
right.
now she's trying to get her rap game going and all this stuff. So
Oh my
we'll see.
god.
There's more to come from her, I'm sure.
Fly on the wall says Durkee loved his teeth but had to let him go. Now Durkee is left for Larry, Curly, and Mo. Fuck yes.
Oh man. That always every time I hear that Larry Moe and Curly thing, I think about Donald when he's like, "Bing, bing, I'll
Yeah,
knock you out." When he's like, "Low, Mary, and Lurie" or something, he said it wrong. He was
yeah,
like,
he always
"Mary,
says it wrong.
Mary, Low, and Girly" or something, and he said it all fucked up, and it was funny.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh my god. What about him nodding out in Walmart? Oh, anonymous.
Yeah.
I was like, and I didn't realize. I thought he was like sitting on a bench. I didn't realize he was sitting in a cart at work.
Oh yeah. He man so he told someone like a week or two ago that he doesn't actually paint Walmarts. He paints Targets, so the haters will never figure out where he works. And I'm thinking, what?
Okay, hit every Walmart in America now.
every
Best Buy.
Walmart, yeah, every Walmart you're in, you're showing that you're painting and stuff. So you're just going to Walmarts for fun and pulling out all this equipment and shit,
Oh
but
yeah, he's
you
like, look
actually
where I
paint at
can make
Target.
30. Hey, he makes $2,700 an hour.
Yeah,
Fucking two
I
hundred and $15. He made $215,000 last year.
Yeah, I said something in one of these videos about him. He's talking about, I make $38 an hour. I make $38 an hour. I'm like, this dude thinks Elon Musk and Bill Gates and all them been making $38 an hour all these years. He thinks he makes more money than anybody. And that's funny. I mean, he probably does. If he makes that much money, he makes more money than a lot of people.
Well, I mean,
but
and that's good
you're not
for
a
fighting.
multimillionaire making $38 an hour.
No, I mean that's $150,000 a year job, maybe you get overtime.
Yeah,
But what?
he's
Yeah, they can't count. They can't play music. Like they can't have like they just don't get it.
and I can't do a lot. I can't do a lot of those things. I can count, but I can't do a lot of those things either. But you don't see me doing it. You
Right,
know
but
what
you
I
have to
mean?
say I'm writing an album.
Yeah, and I'm not running around for the last 10 years like, hey man, it's coming out soon next week. It's on iTunes right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm
Like
thinking,
on
dude, if
iTunes.
you yeah, if he had some shit on iTunes with the shit he said over the years, they'd have pulled that shit off a long time ago. They love to cancel people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, and don't forget he's doing all that at the age of 41, Bleezy.
Yeah.
That's what Griswold said. Don't forget he's
Oh
doing that
yeah,
shit.
with Donald, man. And then with his tap dance, he's like, I can out tap dance anybody. I'm getting better at it. My legs are getting stronger.
Yeah, that toothless motherfucker, Slim Jim with legs. Fuck,
Six
dude.
feet of meat. 6 feet of meat. Y'all remember that?
I don't guess I do. I'm
That's
trying to
where
go back. There's so much
him and
Turkey history.
yeah, that's where they went to the grocery store in West Virginia when she first come up there. I don't know if you remember that. It was right during the COVID stuff. So they was up there and they went to the grocery store. She had some extra money on her food stamps because she wasn't using them on her kids, basically. So she brought that shit over there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have enough." But he goes down the aisle, and there was a Slim Jim display, and it was like this big long Slim Jim, and it says 6 feet of meat. And he's like, "Look here, it's 6 feet of meat," and he started holding it out in front of his crotch, and I'm thinking, nobody wants that shit now, you know.
Yeah, no shit. Like
That was a classic
one of
one.
them whites done touched it.
Yeah, that was a classic one. Check that one out. I think hell, I think he might even still have that one posted. It was
Hey, Fly on the Wall said he had that one posted, and Guitar Finger said he remembered it as well.
yeah. That one
Then
was
he
that one
coughs
was
on the
pretty
lady.
good. And he walks through there and he's like, "You see them people? Those people recognize me from the movie." And he's showing off and he's like, "I got my gun in case something goes off in here." And I'm just like, "You don't have to show it. Shit, man. I'm
Bro,
all for people
they
carrying guns in
recognize him from
places if
stealing
they
their
need to."
catalytic converters, maybe, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, oh man. I mean, I'm all for people carrying or whatever, but you don't have to run around showing it off.
Yeah, but
And
that retard don't need a gun,
nah, man, not with everything he's on, no.
right?
But he was talking about, dude, you don't talk about my bitch that way or my old lady or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
To me, calling a woman an old lady is damn near as bad sometimes in his
right.
context. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you don't say nothing." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. He wasn't talking about you. He was trying to get your channel because I said I was going live on your channel later." But he jumped the conclusions like they do. And oh man, I just think, but they were so excited. They got like 4 or 5 different coffee creamers. It might have been more than that, but he was like, "Oh, we got all these coffee creamers." Oh, I'm like, damn, if that's what makes y'all happy.
Like, damn, how backward? Like, damn, macaroni and cheese, school powdered cheese. Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
remember him
Oh,
talking about
everybody.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one though. I think he still got that one on his channel. It's actually pretty good, and I'm sure somebody here's uploaded it. If I
Oh
find
yeah.
somebody here's uploaded it, I'll watch it on their
If
channel because
not,
I don't
will
like
y'all
giving.
drop it in the comments of this after we get done? Drop the link to that in the comment. What up, Poker Mike? Poker Mike in the house.
Yeah, I'm not trying to give him no more than $230 a month or whatever it is. But you know what's crazy? The screenshot he sent one of my troll things, and I think I shared it in the Discord back then. It said 200. It said like lifetime earnings or something was $230. And he was saying, "Oh, I make that much a day." First he said a month, and then he said a day, but that was his lifetime earnings at that time. So he was completely full of shit all around. And I'm thinking, when did you might have made 10 or 15 bucks since everybody's been messing with you, but he wasn't.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Well, and he spent it before he got it because it was all fronted out by the time the check got there, so he had to go pay his dope
Oh
bills.
yeah, he had it attached to his Cash App card or something, from what he told me. And
Ah,
that's where all Bo's fundraising money goes to too. I tell
oh
him to send it
really?
to my cat. Yeah. Oh yeah. If she gets anything, he transfers that money on his Cash App card for convenience for Bo. You know how that goes. I mean, if you've ever been around anybody that does the type of shit Durkee does, they've always got a more convenient way. I've got a person in my extended family that's always like, well, don't cash your check there. Give it to me and I'll get it cash. But the bank charges me $20 to cash it. I'm sorry. Here. And then suddenly there's $20 that's gone, but nobody charged you to cash that check.
Yeah,
I
bad
knew
luck. It
someone
happens.
yeah, I knew someone had an elderly mother. They cash their checks. They get their checks when they come in. They say, it takes them a couple of weeks to post it to my account. I'll let you know when it posts. So they were always in arrears by a couple of weeks. Now, why would you need to do that? It was their own mother, and they would just. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. But you know how people do that, and a lot of times addiction's involved and other things. So I'm like, well, but yeah, that's the type of shit he does to Bo, with when she gets money from relatives or something,
He
just tell
takes
them
his
to put it on
cut.
my Cash App. It'll be easier.
Yeah, it'll be easier if you just give me 20% because I'm better than God. That's how I feel like he is.
Yeah.
Tim Mack, Griswold said Tim Mack had a video of old Durkee trying to throw a football. That was hilarious. But I thought
Really?
Durkee wasn't he a fucking semi-pro professional football player or some shit at one point?
Yeah. He thought he was. In his head, he was.
Wow.
Man.
Minnie
That's
the
the only
Moocher.
thing about. Go ahead.
No, I was saying Minnie the Moocher. Welcome. Yeah, go ahead. I
What's up,
apologize.
Manny Luch? No, you're fine. You're fine. Uh, no, that's the only thing I do say. I mean, with the whole Tim Mac thing, I wasn't really involved in the Discord stuff, so I don't, I know how all that went down. It's been explained to me a few times. But the one thing I do I wish he would have left a lot of those videos up because, I mean, there's a lot of footage there that was useful in telling the
Oh
story.
yeah,
So I really do wish he would have left a lot of that up, even if he decided to bow out or move on to something else. I feel like if unless something happened to me or something, I feel like I would probably leave my shit up even if something went
right.
down that I didn't want to be involved anymore. But yeah, because there was some good, there was some pretty good stuff too, and even some of the things that he said with Turkey had me cracking up. There's a couple videos still out there. Somebody's got one something. There's a channel and it's got Tim Mac's face on it, but it's got like 5 or 6 videos on it that are a few little pieces of the story, but when when you look at something like this and you want to tell people the story from the beginning, because what I struggle with is people that I share my channel with that don't know anything about the Durkee thing. I'm like, now listen, there's a lot of stuff on there about this Durkee guy. And let me tell you a little background so you don't get turned off to it.
Right, right,
Because you almost have to give it a little bit of a little bit of background so that people know what the hell's going on. They're like, what the hell are you obsessed with this guy for?
right.
But those kind of things will be helpful in telling that story. So, I mean, I'm thankful that we've got a lot of other people's videos. Triple Nickel's got his videos out there, Scooter
Right.
Beck, and stuff. So they tell a lot of it, but some of that stuff was pretty funny to have. Rustin's got a lot of older stuff too.
I've checked. I like wrestling. I'm sub to wrestling. I've even sub to his mob. Brat's exposed. Fucking Moses Heap turned me on to that. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
there's some good stuff on there.
oh yeah, well that's what I do on here. I surprised Moses because Bird is really into mob shit, and I interviewed her here a while back, and Moses told me afterwards, he's like, wow, he's like, when I brought him up, he was like, wow, I wasn't expecting, he said, you kind of got a little variety show. I'm like, yeah, I'm here to build platforms, whatever platform you're on, whether it be if you're into, the derkievese, or if you're, as long as you are here for the purpose and not an intention, we're
Hmm.
good. You know what I mean? And that's the way
Yeah,
it is around here, Bleezy. And you're welcome to come back here anytime. You
I
know what I mean?
appreciate
Like
that.
I want to go ahead and offer that to you. I'm not running you off. I'm just letting you know you're more
No,
than
no, I appreciate you having me too. I mean, I've enjoyed it, and I never thought I'd do these lives. I'm gonna start probably putting my camera on them. I thought about it today, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. But I want to do more of these. I actually enjoy them. I really enjoy kind of the organic conversation and seeing where it goes and seeing how everybody does because um, it's really really good stuff
And
and I
I
enjoyed
just
this
got into the
conversation.
Discord.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Scooter let me into the Discord,
yeah,
and so I was like, "Hated and scorned. What's up, Poker Mike, Roland? Yeah." And And so I've been going through that. There's fucking gold for years,
Oh
years,
yeah.
dude.
There's
Like
a
I think
lot
there's
of
shit that we y'all ain't even hit on in there because there's so much
yeah.
shit.
There's a lot of stuff in there, and it's kind of like the continuous flow of everything that's happening between the videos. It's hard to keep track of it sometimes, and some days will be really busy, and it's like, oh man, something's going on. That's the way it was when I was on my
Right,
trip. I would look at it, I'm like, damn, I'm never gonna catch up, and a lot of stuff was going on around that time, and then. Some days it's like, oh man, nobody's posted anything, so it goes back and forth, but it it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. I never really got that deep into Discord. I've had one for I don't know, maybe a year or two now, and I don't remember when I got in. I was in that one Discord that kind of collapsed, and then I moved over to the main one that I'm in now. But it's a good platform to message people and stuff on and not be censored all the time. That's the thing with
right,
like
right, right.
Instagram and shit. They'll delete stuff, and
Right, and I talk to a lot of people, a lot of the Turkeyverse on there, like you said, where we ain't got to worry about bullshit.
hmm yeah, it's pretty handy.
I really like I said, there's so much gold in there, and there, like I woke up this morning and my phone, like my Discord was blowing up. Like you said, some days it is like that, and then other days it's
hmm
like, well, fuck.
Yeah, it'll get calm on you, and it's like, okay. But I just enjoy genuinely talking to people in there. I've kind of gotten to know a lot of the people in there, and check on them, and everybody kind of looks after each other if something's going on, and they share it with the community. People
Right.
check it out, and it's pretty neat. So I enjoy it.
Uh, Griswold said, first time on this chat, Sasquatch. I came from Rick and Heaps. You and everyone in here are good people, man. We try to be. I'll see y'all over at fucking Rick and Moses's, I'm sure. You know.
Yeah, it's gonna start at 9 tonight, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, that I like their show too. So anybody who's in here that hadn't checked it out, it's pretty good.
Right.
Pretty good. We'll see what old hag's up to
Oh yeah,
online
old
and
hag.
stuff.
Yeah.
He's been up to
And
some
I'm sure
mischief
Moses
lately.
has got a song for us or something.
Yeah, there's always something good coming on. But yeah,
Hey, Poker Mike is right. Chance he may he. I was talking to Poker Mike today, and I think I know how to get. I may have a plan to get him out of hiding,
okay,
but I can't share it with nobody because I mean he'll come running now if I expose it now. Like,
yeah, yeah.
so what we want to do is
Well, you
we
got to
got a
be
plan
calm
though.
with him, and sometimes he pokes around. I don't think he watches our videos regularly, but I think sometimes he pokes around to kind of see what angle we're coming at. So,
I'm in the moocher. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, but not even that. This is no. Ain't
hey,
nobody
hey,
stealing this one. Sorry guys.
yeah, yeah. That's the other thing too. I mean, we don't have a lot of people like that. There's been people historically that have come in and like taken ideas or given shit away. And like if I'm trolling Dirkie or Donald, I try to give everybody a heads up. There was one thing that came up one time with Donald that I kind of uh, dropped Scooter Beggins into and didn't give him the advance notice, and I felt bad about it. And I talked back to him about it. But um, we try to all communicate like what's going on, what we're doing and stuff, especially if we're involving other people. But it just
Right.
happened so suddenly, and I was like, man, I gotta bite on this, or Donald's gonna catch on.
Right.
And it ended up, I think, kind of working out to get all of us some content. But man, you got to know, like, you got to know what's going on and not step on toes, because there are a lot of things in the works and things.
Oh, and that's the thing that, yeah, like you said, stepping on toes. I don't want to, and that's something
Yeah.
I don't want to do. Like,
Well, one of the worst things that we've had happen is like, some of us have taken months to create like certain troll accounts and shit. And then we had someone going around saying, "Oh, that's a troll, that's a troll, that's a troll." And we're like, "What the hell, man?" I mean, it takes a while sometimes to build trust, and sometimes you have different channels to get information for the whole community.
right,
So you burn that shit down, and then we're screwed. Plus, they kind of already know the angle you might come from the next time. So I mean, I can only do so many voices. I can only come at, use so many different words. And, sometimes I'll text shit all fucked up so it looks like I'm somebody else.
Right.
I call it texting in Donald because you know how he'll use the voice thing and it'll be like all fucked up. Man, you know, like probably 80% of the stuff I get that's not voice text stuff is from Tracy. It's not from Donald. She's typing that shit. He's dictating it
Oh
because
yeah.
he usually you get like two texts out of him, a couple of phone calls, and he's like, "Call me back." Then it's five or six voice messages of him raising hell, and then he's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on you. I know you're just trying to help me." And
Right.
oh man, he's a hoot, man.
Man, they're fucking wild. Their thought processes, bro. Mm.
Yeah,
Like,
they need to stay off of Facebook for real and stuff with some of their personal things. That's what gets me, and that's why I don't feel as bad about Donald and Durkee a lot of times. They want to sit
right,
here and talk about their privacy and all this shit. If you want something to be private and be respected, don't post the shit on Facebook. Don't post it out on the internet. But every time you get in a bad mood, you get on live, well, that shit's there. And you already know, like you already, it's not like we just suddenly bamboozled them and grabbed all their content. Like over the years, people have
right,
been grabbing your shit and you know it can be done. So why not, mitigate the risk? But they don't think with a clear head.
right. They don't think clearly.
Yeah.
But hell yeah. Does I got a question. Okay, here's a question for the audience. Does anybody have anything y'all want to ask Bleezy? And if he's willing to answer it, he'll answer it.
Yeah.
If not, we'll share our luck.
Yeah, I'll be happy to answer some questions. I but yeah, I really enjoy this stuff, man. It's my reality TV for real.
Dude, it's the greatest. I think this is the greatest verse I've found so far. Like,
Really.
I've been to Cyrix verse. I fucked around in King Cobra, which King Cobra, dude, he intrigues me. Well, he weirds me out, and then he intrigues me because
I thought about messing with him a little bit. He seems like a character. Now, Cyrex, I want to mess with, and I had something I was kind of working on with him. But there's so many people coming at him. He's kind of got his guard up. But the I almost feel bad fucking with Cyrex because it's obvious something's going on with him. Like it's obvious. You could look at him and be like, this guy's in piss poor shape. But at the same time, his rages make it where you want to, like, because I know that he would give good content.
yeah, but like he's so man, he's like the epitome of cringe, though, bro.
Yeah, yeah, he he goes off, man. That shit pulling the dick out, man. That's a whole nother thing. I've never seen
Oh my
nothing like
god,
that.
yeah, no, oof. God, when he pulled his dick out, yeah, I just man,
Well, he's done it a few times, I think, from what I'm seeing. Like a lot of people have posted stuff of him like immediately going to that. So I don't know. It's but the King Cobra thing, Moses mentioned him a few weeks ago, and then he made that video, and I thought, man, that I've seen somebody around here's posted him, and y'all forgive me if I say somebody posted something and it was actually you. Just correct me because it's hard for it kind of jumbles together sometimes. I think that one person posted something, and unless it's something that I distinctly remember you saying, I have a hard time. So, but somebody out here had posted something with him before, and I was like, damn, this dude looks kind of strange, but I didn't really have time to look at it then. So, but
right.
yeah, I watched a couple of his videos when Moses did that video, and man, that was hilarious.
Well, like I found, like I've seen a kid. He just weirds me out. I can't watch Cyrix. I've watched his videos, like, but now like King Cobra, like I'm subscribed to Boglum Chronicles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, like as a matter of fact, he just came out with a new video earlier, I think,
Oh,
today.
he does several a day sometimes. I noticed. He does 3 or 4 a day some days.
Yeah, dude.
So,
He's I don't know how he does it, man. He is doing the Lord's work for sure.
man, I don't know. I think he's hoping to start get like a bar book started or something with all them drinks he's mixing together. But I watched one from like, I don't know, it was 4 or 5 years ago. It popped up. It was one of his like most popular or something.
Mm.
Dude, he mixed all this shit together and it got him fucked up. he was on there. He was like, like a whole different voice came out of him, and I was thinking, dude,
God damn.
what was in that drink? Because I've never seen anybody act like that just with alcohol. Like he started acting like he'd taken angel dust or something. He was like, I mean, just freaking out. And
Yeah.
God, but yeah, he looks like he would definitely have some content attached to him. And I don't know if y'all know or not. There's this one lady I've been kind of thinking about messing around with, and she's got a lot of people, but she addresses a lot of trolls. Her name is Vegan Teacher. She apparently got kicked off of TikTok, and which that's not hard to do, but she's got like millions of followers, and this bitch is crazy. I don't know
Yeah.
if any of y'all watch her, but that bitch is crazy, and I say it very like that bitch is crazy. She goes on and creates songs about people and all that stuff. I'm like, well, hell, if you was trying to bring traffic to your channel, that'd be one way to do it. But
Right.
she's pretty wild. She's pretty wild. She's got, and I don't know how she arrived at that many followers. That's alarming to me because there's no way those are just trolls. There's people out there who follow whatever religion it is she's pushing because she thinks that veganism's like a religion. So if you get a chance, check out
Hell
some of her.
yeah, that's
She's
awesome,
crazy,
bro.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that does fucking yeah. Wow. Dude, that's
Yeah,
I just don't I can't wrap my head around it. I cannot wrap my head around it.
yeah. There's a lot of them that I don't know, but
Have a good one,
I'd
Tony.
rather watch this than hey, have a good one. I'd rather watch this kind of stuff than watch the Kardashians or some of that shit. At least I know
Right,
this stuff's real. You know what I mean?
right. Oh yeah, I
So
know that shit's real. Like the
yeah,
Derkievese is real though. Believe it or not, the Derkievese is
yeah.
motherfucking real.
Oh yeah, it's real. There's been some stuff that early on I was kind of skeptical about happening. I thought maybe Durkee's just making some of this stuff up so we'll. But man, seeing all the stuff that's happened over the last couple of years,
Right.
I'm sold on it.
Hey, hold this down for me a minute, Bleezy.
All right. Yeah, I'm looking back. I don't think y'all had any questions. I appreciate everybody coming in here tonight. I'm enjoying this. Good crowd. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Yeah, you don't want to see Cyrex's body parts. It was pretty rough, and I think it got him kicked off YouTube a couple of times. Thank you, man. Thank you for sharing those links too. I appreciate that. I saw you sharing the links in the chat. Thank y'all for coming in.
Whatever, I'm back. I got to plug my phone in, guys. Sorry about that.
Uh, no problem, man. These damn phones don't want to hold a charge.
Right?
Yeah, we're gonna be, if something ever goes up shit creek, we're gonna be screwed. Mine starts getting low, and I don't even realize it's low, and then I'm like, oh man, I got to go somewhere,
Right. Yeah, that's
and I
about the
don't.
story of my life too.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, you're getting all kinds of
Thank
love
y'all.
in the comments, Bleezy.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. I really do. I appreciate you having me on too, sir. I've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it.
Hell yeah, well, we'll have you back. Like when Durkee comes
Yeah,
back, I'm gonna have to have a panel up with all y'all so y'all can give each of y'all's opinion on what's Durkee's next move because we're all kind of laying in the dark and I'm kind of bored. So I had to start talking shit about other people. So that's why I started this
yeah.
talk shit about
Well,
each other.
I find myself in that situation too, like kind of exploring other people too while I'm doing it, but
Not
uh,
the same.
it's not the same, and it takes a while to get acclimated to somebody new. Like I can kind of feel Durkee out pretty quickly within just I got it's like him. I mean, it really is. It's
Yeah,
like
you can tell
him.
they're in a good mood, bad mood, whatsoever.
Yeah,
They
I
got
mean,
yeah,
when he flips that thing live and comes on there, it doesn't take 30 seconds to realize where this is going. But we all got to watch the train wreck. You know what I mean? You got all that's what keeps us here.
oh
We
yeah.
know it's
I'm
heading
surprised
for
that
a
motherfucker's
cliff.
lasted this long. I'm really surprised. Like I figured this son bitch had derailed a long time ago.
Well, I keep thinking Donald's just going to say fuck it. I mean, he deletes all his videos after he posts them. So I keep thinking, oh man, he's just gonna say fuck it one day and delete. And he does, he'll say, I'm done, I'm done. He'll delete 3 or 4 thousand people off his Facebook, and then he's back on there. Guys, hey guys, let me tell you, somebody emailed
Guys,
me and they called my work and they told me, and I'm just like, dude, first off, I don't even feel bad for people calling his work anymore if people actually are doing that because he's posting this shit online saying, call him, oh, do what you need to do.
fucking
But
idiot.
what's crazy is you say you're not afraid, and then you get on there and talk about, oh, I did it, and then try to create a diversion and told someone, oh, I don't paint Walmarts, I paint Targets.
Oh my God, right? It's
Because
fucking
if Walmart corporate found out that he was in there saying that word and some of the other shit he said, they wouldn't want to be associated with him.
well, fuck
In this
no.
politically charged world and the cancel culture and all that shit, his boss would lose his contract so quick, you
I tell
know.
you what, yeah, my old lady fucking don't. My old lady works for Walmart too, and she don't like taking me to Walmart because I embarrass her there too. You know what I'm saying? She's like, hey, I got a boyfriend work here.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yes, it's tough when I don't think things are specific, like just ridiculous. I guess is what I would say. They're just ridiculous nowadays with the way things are, so politically correct. And you know,
Right.
my job has kind of gotten that way over the last 2 or 3 years, especially where they want to talk to us about pronouns and all this stuff. And look, if you're a grown person and you want to make changes to your body or whatever, you want to pay for it and you want to, whatever, I don't care if you're grown and you're consenting. I don't want kids involved. And me personally, I'm not going to acknowledge the pronoun thing. And I got in trouble on Instagram for that shit.
Yeah,
um, I don't like. You're not going to tell me to abandon my language. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my
exactly.
language, and I'm going to speak in the proper grammar that I'm taught to speak with. With a little bit of country to it. But I'm not going to call you they if you're just one person and that kind of stuff. And so I got a little thing, and they was like, "Oh yeah, you need to honor people's pronouns because that's called it's not misgendering, it's something else. That's called something." And I was like, well, the first motherfucker that comes up to me and says, hey, I want to be called this or that or some crazy shit, Z, because a lot of them want to be called Z and stuff. I'm like, the first person that says that, we can all be on board. I can be on board with that. But by God, my pronoun from that day forward will be your majesty or some shit like
You
that.
damn
And
right.
then you ain't going to like calling me that. So maybe you'll back off because I'm not playing that shit, man.
Hell
I
no. Hell
respect
no.
people, but that's just ridiculous. That's entitlement in my eyes, personally.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
You believe that the world's supposed to bend around you at that point, and to me, I believe that hey, I can respect your decision as a man or a woman or whatever you're trying to be, but at a certain point, I'm gonna have to bow out and say, hey, you know, I'll respect you, but if if what you define as respect is me changing the way I call you and stuff, maybe we just don't need to be talking to each other.
right, right, right. Just be cordial in passing, and if you can't do
Yeah,
that, I mean,
yeah,
fucking figure it out.
yeah. And I mean, I can be cordial with just about anybody, but
Right,
if you're wanting to hang out and wanting a mutual friendship out of me, you need to respect me too, and my
right.
culture and my language and that sort of stuff. So,
Exactly.
yeah, it's a wild world we're living in, man. And raising kids in it, it's a whole nother ball game.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, and that's yeah. I know. I've got, like I said, I've got 11 and 8 year olds. You know what I mean? An 11-year-old and two 8 year olds. Like, so I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah. It's
What up, Rex? Rex motherfucking Barcliff in the motherfucking house.
what's going on. Welcome.
I'm sorry to chat you out earlier. You know, I get to talking, plus I'm up here fucking smoking. Like, y'all know me. Yes, it is a good day. I finally got to talk to my buddy Poker Mike on the phone today. That was pretty cool. That was cool
That's
as
cool.
fuck. Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah,
I appreciate that, Griswold. Yeah, it is fly on the wall. It's scary. Just with all the things in the world that are out there, and things that like the things we feared are the norm today in a lot of circles. The things that we feared growing up, or our parents probably feared for us growing up, that's normal shit now.
right, right,
They
right.
came along with a whole new
It's
package of shit.
accepted.
Yeah, it's wild because like when I was a kid, like the worst thing that you could come home and be like, oh man, I got a tattoo without your permission, and yeah, we smoked some pot, or we were drinking, underage or something, and of course there was people that did crack and shit, but those were kind of like the worst things. Nowadays, it's like, that's oh man, really? That's yeah, they do that every day. It's kind of sad, but
Hell yeah.
and I
It
don't,
is.
like I
It
say,
is
I'm
sad.
not.
Like I'm glad my kids are almost old enough to where that I've got, and I raised my kids right. Like I'm
Yeah,
the only asshole allowed in my house. You know what I'm saying? Uh, no, I'm kidding. Like no, I tried to raise. That's what I wanted to raise. I mean, I didn't want to raise assholes. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I wanted them to be respectful, yes or no, sir. You know what I mean? Like fucking, if an adult talks to you, do what they say. Like just base. Like if we didn't, I got the shit knocked out of me when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Got
yeah.
the shit slapped out of me. But that is what it is.
Well, that was our time out, man. Time out when I was a kid was the time it took your ass to regain consciousness.
Goddamn right.
Because you smart off the wrong way. And I'm not gonna say my parents weren't abusive or anything, but they didn't spare the rod.
Right,
You get
right,
your
right.
ass kicked if you did something stupid, and and the older you got, the more likely you were to do it. Nowadays, people are like, "Oh, those kids are too old to spank." When I was a kid, it was like, "Oh no, no, it's gonna get more. It's gonna get more involved if you keep on."
Right.
But I think I turned out pretty good for it. Everybody makes mistakes. We all have our
We
troubles,
all have
but
our bullshit, but it's how
yeah,
you go on from that bullshit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's all that matters.
yeah,
Like we don't judge on past here. Ain't nobody's business about my past, your past, anybody's past. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
as long as we ain't fucking each other and fucking we're coming together as a community, it don't matter what happened in our past because we may not be that person anymore. I know I'm not that person anymore. You know what I'm saying?
hmm. Well, that's the thing. It's where you're steering the car now. You know what I mean? And that's why, like with the whole Durkee Donald thing, they seem to be steering it off a cliff. Whereas most of us, even the people here that I see that are, maybe have had a past that uh, was similar or had similar aspects to Durkee and Donald, they're on the upswing. They're trying to improve, and they've recognized things that they could do better in life. So that's nothing but respect. And the day that Durkee and Donald turn around and start doing that stuff, I'll probably have respect for them. But the
Right.
way that they act now, and nothing's their fault, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I've
Fuck
had
yeah. Fuck
relatives
that.
of people like that are like that. They're never, oh, it's oh no, I had this happen, poor me. And I'm like, well, maybe you should get up and go to work. Like I had a aunt, and I don't really talk to her anymore, but she posted all the shit when I was still on Facebook, because I got off Facebook for some bullshit. But she was on Facebook and she posted stuff talking about, oh yeah, you want to turn $20 into $400, put it in the gas tank and go to work. And I'm like, bitch, you ain't worked in 30 years. You know, she, like when I was a kid, I loved her because when you're a kid, crazy people are fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
crazy, and I had a cousin, boy. She was she was wild. She had like a paranoia type thing going on, and she would call, and if you didn't answer the phone, she's like, oh God, everybody in the house has been murdered. That was
Yeah.
her thing. And
Oh
when I
yeah.
was a kid, I can't tell you, dude, she ran her fucking phone bill up, interrupting the line. You know how you used to call the
Welcome
operator?
to the real deal.
Hey, what's up? You know how you used to could call the operator and have them interrupt the line? Well, I would have like a friend of mine on the phone, and the operator would come in and be like, "Oh, she's trying to reach you."
Party line.
Yeah, yeah, and they would just drop in. Well, it was like $25 to do that, and she was paying that shit on her phone bill because she thought
Wow.
everybody in the family had been murdered, and she had been calling, and the line was busy. And when three-way calling came out, that happened all the time because I'd have like two of my friends on the phone, and she wouldn't be able to get in. She called, oh, I just want to make sure everybody's okay over there. And I'm like, you done fucked up my Friday night, man.
Real deal
You
salute.
know? And a
Right.
lot of that, we'd be prank calling people and stuff like that too, because
I
I'd use
respect
my
you.
three way and hey, what's up? We'd use my three way and then they'd use their three way. We'd have six or seven people on the phone, and then prank call somebody. Well, one night I got the idea. Well, shit, we'll fuck with her. We'll get her good, you know. So
Right.
we called we called the Kroger pharmacy on one line, the one near her house, and we called her, and then we just merged them, and everybody put their phone on mute. And you want to talk about? She's like, "You called me, you motherfucker! You called me!" And they're like, "No, no, no, we didn't call you." And they're like, "Do you have a prescription?" She's like, "I don't have any prescriptions. I don't take medicine. I take medicine from the earth," which I assume was pot, you know.
Yeah, right. Or
But she was like,
cocaine.
"I don't take medicine," and oh man, she was a hoot to get, and you know,
Right,
she
right.
got to a point a few years ago where she called me when I was at work one day, and she called me 62 times one day on my
What the
cell phone, left me about 40 voicemails, text messages, all this shit. When I tell you, when I got off work, I lit her fucking line up, dude.
fuck?
And I wish I had recorded half of what I did with her too,
Oh, I
because
bet.
I'm like, that's just inappropriate. And that's when I quit talking to her because I mean, she's extended cousin, you know, way off. Really don't have any business to discuss. And it just got to a point where she was so disrespectful to my family that, you know, calling like that and acting crazy. But man, I called her for 6 months probably. And I'd call her with like Jay Z blaring in the background, like, "What the fuck you call me for?" And she'd like, "Fuck you." She'd be going off. And then one day she got a wild hair up her ass and was like, "Oh, I bet it's him." And she called and she's like, "I'm pressing charges against you." She's like, "I'll have you locked up." But her boyfriend at the time, I had called him. Now we got introduced to this guy as he's a good old Christian. He's a good old Christian. He's
Oh
this and that.
God.
And
He's a Bible thumper.
he's like, "I don't swear, ma'am. I don't even drink caffeine and all this stuff." You know, he's this real devout guy. And I'm not saying anything about people who truly are that, but this guy wasn't, and I could see right through it. So I started prank calling him one day. And I was like, "Yep, this is Big Red, and I was calling to collect." And he's like, "Well, what are you calling to collect, motherfucker?" And I said, "Well, I was calling to collect that money I loaned you a while back." He's like,
Oh shit.
he's like, "Let me tell you something. I don't borrow money from nobody." Well, he went off. This dude went off and started leaving me all these crazy messages. And you could tell he got drunker as the night went because he called me and like, "I can see you moving around in your house. It don't hurt to die. Trust me." And that's
Oh
what,
my fucking
yeah,
God.
that's what I got for like, I got those messages on my phone for like 3 or 4 days after I messed with him. Oh
Fuck.
man, it was hilarious. But yeah, I got her for a long time after she called me at work like that. And then she actually, if I remember correctly, she actually called my job because she knew where I worked and was like, "I need to leave a message." And I told I told my manager, I'm like, "Look, I'm just gonna let you know, I got a crazy cousin. She's been calling here. I don't want to talk to her, so you may hear about it."
Oh
I
shit.
was like, "I'm just gonna come clean because this lady's crazy."
Right.
She called a congressman about some shit and got his whole office involved in this thing that wasn't even an issue, and she got him all tied up in it. I'm like, "Good lord, she knows how to pull the right strings to try to get some." Yeah, yeah, she was wild, but that's one of my extended cousins. And I tell you, I've learned a lot of my prank calling skills just from screwing with her over the years.
That's funny shit. What up, Sugar Nova?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, one night, Bleezy, we need to like either come on here or go on there and get Sean. Make sure Sean Feldman comes because we'll need his legal advice. But I want to do some prank calls. I think it'd
That'd
be
be
fun.
cool. Yeah, we can do that. The struggle sometimes with live prank calls, I think, would be is just, getting what you're looking for, you know. So if people are on board with it and cool with it, and you think your people will hang out with us even through the failed attempts, I'm
Yeah,
good
hey,
with it.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I will give us the ones. Give us the one if you'd fucking hang out for fucking some Bleezy fucking prank calls just to fuck around, and then
Yeah.
just do a little segment of that.
Yeah, we'll do that. we'll do that. I thought about doing some on my live stream, and I thought, hell, I don't want to bore people because it was my first one, you know. And
Right,
I
right,
had trouble with my. I don't know if you tried to share videos on this thing. I couldn't get the audio up high enough, and I think it's something on my computer. But I've still got to figure that out. But
right.
because I know Rustin does the videos on his, and I'm like, how does he get it? How does he
I
get
don't
the
know. Hell,
audio?
I don't know how to edit that shit.
I've got this thing on mine, and I
Oh,
use a
I've got
Mac.
people. People stay for the. I do believe we'll have people staying for the prank calls.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think so. I I have this thing on mine because I use a Mac, and sometimes it's real funny with the audio. And I'm thinking of something with this called Soundflower, and what it does is it combines two channels of audio together, and that's how, like, when I stream through OBS, that's how I get the audio off the screen, you know, what I'm streaming,
Right.
and my mic audio to work in sync.
Who wouldn't talk
But
to you straight shooting? Hang on. I'm sorry. Who
uh,
wouldn't talk to you straight shooting? What are you talking about? I'll talk to you straight shooting. Anyways, go ahead. I would like to do that. If
yeah,
it's probably easier, better done off a laptop though, isn't it?
um, well, I'll
Uh,
have to figure out how to do it because I've never actually done it where I need the audio to come through the mic. Usually I'm recording it on like a camera. I'd want
right,
to make
right,
sure
right.
that people could hear. I mean, I could probably do it and just put the phone on speakerphone if they could hear it okay. Because
Yeah,
I use like Text Now and Google Voice. I use several different apps for different things, you know. So I have several different numbers in rotation at the same time. Because sometimes, you know, when you get these complex pranks going, you want to have different numbers to give people and stuff. Because if you call from unknown, that's a no go with most places unless you're calling a business.
right,
You
right.
know, I love when I love messing with some businesses though, especially they give me hell. I called one on the way home the other day because they
They bored?
bullshitted me. Well, you know, they pissed me off. So I went to Wendy's because someone was like, "Oh
Thanksgiving
yeah,
Walls.
try that strawberry frosty," right? I said, "I'll try that," you know. Well, I went by there and the guy was just fucking asshole. He didn't say thanks or nothing, no straw, nothing, you know, didn't put any of my utensil stuff in the bag or anything. I was like, those motherfuckers, you know. So I was sitting there, I was like, let me look up their number. And I called them. I was like, I'm calling the law about this. And the lady's like, what are you calling the law about? I said, I'm calling the law because it's just inappropriate. It's wrong. And I'm calling the law. And my whole calling the law thing, I don't know if you've seen some of my videos where I do
I
calling
would
the
check
law.
them out.
So I do calling the law, and it's basically like, you know, people don't like that. They're like, well, why are you doing it? So either you get the reaction of, well, let me try to make this work out for you. Let me try to fix it. Don't go to those levels. Let me
Or
try to
fuck
help you.
you.
Or you get, fuck you, you know, you leave me alone. Don't you mess with me, you know.
Yeah,
And I equate it kind of, if you've ever watched Ed Bassmaster and his pranks,
yeah,
he
yeah,
does
yeah,
this
yeah.
thing where he says, I'm putting you on the news. And I equate it to similar reactions to what he gets with that one. So putting you on the news, he'll just walk up to people with a camera and he's like, I'm putting you on the news. I'm putting you on the news. And they're like, what do you put me on the news for? You know, they're trying to work it out with him. Or they're like, fuck you, don't you videotape me, you know? And oh man, it gets a
Fuck yeah.
reaction out of people. So I've gotten some pretty good ones over time. They're like, you just go on and call it law, sweetie, because I don't know what you want.
Wow.
Yeah. But I say it sometimes when I'm walking in places. I embarrass the hell out of my daughter sometimes. I'll
Oh,
walk in
I
somewhere.
embarrass my lady. I know I do, and my
Yeah.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk in somewhere and I'll pass like somebody who looks like they would kind of be intrigued by that, and I'll pass them and I'll say, "I'm calling the law on this place. This is ridiculous," and it's just enough for them to hear it and pass. And I don't know if you know how to kind of like drop that. It's almost like throwing your voice a little bit, but you can kind of throw it in someone's ear. And you
Yeah.
know, just so you know that they heard it and they're kind of like in on it, you know, they're like, "What's going on? What's going to happen?" You know, so that's what I'll do, and they'll be looking around. And I've had some people that are so nosy, they'll kind of follow you around the store for a few minutes to see what the deal is, to see what you're about to get involved in. But you know,
Right.
a lot of people are like, "Oh, fuck this! This guy's crazy. He might go crazy in here," you know.
Oh my God.
But
Somebody called Scooter Beggins out.
Scooter Beggins out.
Yeah, somebody called Scooter Biggins out. Oh, Beta Chad. That was the stupidest shit he could have ever done. That's stupid. Yeah, fucking, he ain't even worth it.
Is this what he made the video of the other day? Because I was trying to understand what all happened there. Is this the video he made? No, I
Which
think
one,
that was
Scooter?
Square. It was about Square, I think. Square
Oh,
work.
I don't remember. I'm stoned.
Yeah, I caught the tail end of the premiere, but
I gotta go back. I got a couple to go
who
back and watch
called him
that some
out?
of his.
Somebody tagged me in something the other day too, and I'm still getting used to that because I don't know, like, I don't know if someone will tag you in something, and it's like, well, that's cool, if it's something I want to be involved in, but then other people will tag you and stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
What the fuck is?
I
Yeah,
got
exactly.
tagged in something one day, and it was some kind of Mormon video, and I was really blown away because I'm like, I watched the whole thing trying to figure out what the relevance was, and I was like, what the hell did I just watch? I think someone was fucking with me, but
Yeah, fucking
if
trolling
they
me.
did, good job because I watched that whole damn video, you know.
Hell yeah, that's funny shit.
Yeah, but I need to start tagging Cyrax or some of them and stuff to see if they if I can get a rise out of them.
Right now, see, JFS don't really interact with his trolls. Like he'll sit there and
Really?
talk to the computer. People steadily talking shit. Like they Bogum Chronicles did a donate to talk shit. Like, oh my god, that was funny. Like they was like people go up there as his dad, Clint Saunders, and shit, and fucking talk shit to him.
Oh wow.
Hey, Bleezy, straight shooting when commented on your on that video you told me to go. You told us to go watch
Oh,
before.
okay. I
Yeah,
appreciate that. Thank you for watching that.
dude, that's what we do around here. And y'all go, hey, everybody in the chat, y'all go fucking sub to each other. You know what I mean? Straight
Yeah.
shooting, Sugar Nova, all y'all. Fucking y'all go subscribe to this man here, fucking
Well,
Bleezy
thank y'all. I see
Bleezy
a
Chuckles.
couple people subscribe too. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, that's what we're about, man. We're here to build each other up, fucking have a little fun in the process. Like,
Oh yeah, this is a great community. I mean, everybody looks out for everybody. Like I say, most of the people that have caused trouble in the past, they've kind of moved on or been pushed out. So
right,
and honestly, I don't. I'm not one to like block people
right,
unless you come in starting shit with other people.
right,
If you cut you, I mean, I'm out here putting my shit on the internet.
right.
And I expect for some people to be like, "Hey, I don't like your shit," or "Hey,
Well, then don't come to my room.
yeah, call me names or something." I expect that to happen from time to time because
Yeah,
there's people out there that don't have nothing to do. But at the same time, I don't like when you come into like a live chat and start shit with other people. That's not cool,
not
because
at
we're all
all.
here to
It's
have a good time.
disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the channel. It's disrespectful to the subscribers. It's disrespectful to any guests they have.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
most people are out here just to have a good time. So, like, why start? That's like somebody getting drunk and coming to the cookout and wanting to fight everybody. Like, well, you're just ruining everybody else a good time. So, I don't like that. But if you want to come in and watch whatever, man, I don't care. We can talk about whatever. I know I'm one of these people that rambles, so I'll get derailed on something in these lives, man.
oh
You
yeah, no
keep me
shit.
on track.
Hey, you got to do the Scooter Beggins thing. Taking all of Durkee's girls. Do it for us one time.
Oh yeah. Let me see.
Look, I
This
got it on the screen
Leroy.
for you.
Yeah, you said what now?
I said I got it on the screen.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, okay. It says Scooter Beggins taking all Dickie's girls in 2022. All right now. All right, y'all.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I do this thing where I say bye now. And that's a
Uh,
giveaway a lot of times on my prank calls. I've
yeah.
noticed it bothers the shit out of me when I say it, and I'm like, ah, man, I did it again because I've done it a bunch of times with Donald and giving myself away, but he didn't catch on because he wasn't
Oh
all
yeah.
there. But I'll
Well,
say,
motherfucker
all
just
right
nodded
now,
out most of the time. He don't fucking
yeah.
cigarette drop motherfucker.
Thank you, Poker Mike. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Leroy. Hey, look at that. Leroy is the goat. You damn right.
Thank you, Sugar. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I give myself away on that one sometimes, and
Got you
there's
another
a couple
set,
other things.
Bleezy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How many? You don't mind us asking? How many subs you got, Bleezy?
I just got over 500 the other day.
Hell yeah.
So
As a matter of fact,
Let me
I
pull it up
seen
because
that. I did see that, but I was already fucking. I was already subscribed, so I was like, well,
yeah, I
damn.
finally got my community tab, and
I know that's what I'm waiting on. That's what
you
I'm
know,
waiting
I
on.
feel like there was a point. I feel like there was a point where everybody had it, but I could be wrong
Right?
because I almost remember turning it off or something. But yeah, I finally got that. So I got, let's see, 516 now. So I mean that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Like
Right.
I mean
Here's
the
my
growth
deal.
the
I don't know
last
why they
couple
don't
of
give us
months.
the
Yeah.
community tab. Do you know how
Yeah.
fast us little smaller channels would build our shit with the community tab?
Well, I was reading about it, and they said that at one point it was for like 10,000, then it went to 1,000. Now it's at 500. So maybe eventually they'll get there. I don't know. Google's kind of funny. They're kind
Yeah.
of weird because, in my opinion, YouTube has a lot of antiquated stuff on it.
Right. Oh yeah.
And if they're trying to, like, they really put a lot of money into creating the shorts because they're trying to compete with TikTok and Instagram with their stuff and Snapchat with that little short, 30-second segment.
Right. Right. Right.
They really put a lot of money into that. But some of their stuff is really, it could really use a facelift,
Oh
but I
yeah.
guess it's such a large platform. I
Right.
mean, you think about how many videos and stuff been uploaded. It's really been around longer than any of the other ones that are,
Right. Right.
uploading videos. So I imagine they don't want to. I don't know. I know how slow the process works with much smaller companies and websites. So I I can't imagine what
Right.
that goes.
Right.
But I would think with the amount of money that they're making, they would find some kind of way to kind of give it a facelift. And I don't want them to change it ridiculously. Like I don't want them to reinvent the wheel because I ain't trying to learn new shit. That's why I told somebody the other day. I'm like, I'm on all the social media I'm probably ever going to be on because I ain't trying to learn new shit.
Yeah. No
Like,
shit.
the
Right.
more the older you get, the more you realize why like our parents and stuff don't want to adopt new shit. Like I'm not learning that because it's like that's just another chore, you know.
Exactly. Oh, that one got me. Hang on.
Well, mine is I ain't learning the self checkout shit. I've only ever used one of those maybe twice, and I acted just stupid when I did it. I was like, oh, because I hate them. I hate self checkout. I
Oh
really
yeah,
do.
I do too. Because I
I
never
want
get
to
it
keep
right,
people employed.
and it yells at me.
Yeah. I want to keep people employed and I want young people to have a job that they can fuck up on before
Yeah,
they're
so I
put,
can yell at it. No, I'm
I don't
kidding.
need
I'm
you
kidding.
putting the fucking wings on airplanes as your first job. Like you
Right.
got to fuck up bagging groceries first,
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
or putting the car, putting my tires on my car and driving off and, I have a Ron White situation come up
Oh
or
fuck.
something.
Right.
You
No
remember
shit.
that?
Yeah, I do.
Apparently he was sick on lug nut day, but they still let him work on my van.
Ah, yeah.
That's one of my favorite
Oh,
Ron White
you're
segments.
fucking great, bro. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Hey, I'll tell you what,
I appreciate
y'all
it.
go over to your boy Blues and y'all like his y'all comment on his stuff and tell him, show some love over there. And
All right.
anybody else show him some love. Y'all can come back. We'll be here for a few more minutes.
Did you say he was coming
What time
in?
is it where you're at? It's 8?
Yeah, it's 8:21 here.
Okay, cool. Do you care if we just go to run till 9? We'll bounce out of here and I'll bring everybody that I got over to Rick and Moses's.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
I'll do that. I'll do that for Rick and Moses. They're good people.
And you said someone else was coming on with us. Are they still coming?
Well, I think they figured it out on their own. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go watch Rick and Moses.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I was going to try to do that anyways because I knew Rick and Moses was not trying to step on them, but I
Yeah.
needed to run one because I ain't ran one in a while. Like last week, I wore myself out doing it. Like I was running 3 and 4 hour streams every day.
Really. Yeah. See,
Oh, he not
I
live no
can
more?
talk
Well,
that
tell him to
much.
come over
I don't.
here.
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, CTG. If he's not live, tell him to come over here.
Oh, he was okay. I see. He was going live on his.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
tell you what.
apparently he's not live no more, so have him come over here.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
Well,
hell
see,
yeah.
I can talk that much, but I can't. I don't think I'm entertaining after that much talking. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think I am either, but these motherfuckers text me every day.
Really, I've got
Like, when you
stories.
going live? When you going live? I'm like, goddamn, guys.
Yeah, I've got stories for days. Like I can tell stories. I can't go as far as like some people where they can just snap and tell a story. But usually, if something comes up that's related to it, I'm like, yeah, let me tell you this one time. So I usually have stories about coworkers and stuff like that, and people I've worked with over the years. Or
Hold this down. I'll be right back.
all right. Let me pull the chat back up, y'all. I'm sorry. I keep closing it out some kind of way. Oh, hell. There we go. Thank you, me. You dropping the links. Yeah, she got it, Wacky Jackie. Wait a minute. Is me a boy or girl? I don't know. I see a man and a woman in the picture. I apologize if
Hey,
y'all go
did
by a
you
different
drop?
screen name.
Oh, you dropped. Thank you, me. Appreciate you.
They dropped the
Appreciate
link.
you.
Yeah. Me, if you're somebody from the Discord that I know your screen name over there, I just don't remember it over here. I apologize. All right. Thank you, me. Hey, some people can't decide nowadays. We got to make
Hey,
sure
me's a real
I'm
boy.
clear.
He's a real boy.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to get political on your channel or anything, but I don't know if you heard, that basketball player, the lady that's over in Russia. Have
Oh
you heard about
yeah.
that? She talks shit about this country and all that stuff. And, I mean, I think you have the right to criticize the country, but, I wouldn't have gone to the lengths she did. But now she's like begging people to come, come get me, come get me. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, hey, it don't sound so bad now. And then I saw something, and I can't find a verifiable source, but somebody said that the prison guards reported her as potentially being a man. So I'm curious to see if that was the case, but because that would just be like the cherry on top of that news story because it's been gotten so much attention, and I'm like, how in the hell they want Biden to come get her out? And I'm like, you think that Putin's going to do something do a favor for Biden when we're over there financing a war against him? I think that's crazy.
Oh, it is.
It's pretty wild what people's expectations are. But I don't know. I've gotten to where I don't believe much of anything in the news, uh, you know, and even like charitable things. I used to give money to all kinds of charities. I even had like a payroll deduct thing going on at work where they take money out and give it to charities that I chose and stuff. And I cut all that shit off. And I'll tell you why
Right.
I cut all that shit off. One, I stopped giving money to Susan G. Komen, and there's a lot of people out there that uh, they like Susan G. Komen and they think it's a great thing. But if you ever research where they're putting that money, you'd be better off finding someone with stupid and fuck. That's funny. You'd be better off finding a woman who's suffering with breast cancer and paying for a meal or helping her family in some kind of way. I'll be honest with you, and that's what I'll share with you. And if you ever want to do the research on where they're putting their money, it's pretty interesting how little of it goes to breast cancer research and how much of it goes to like pharmaceutical companies that make cancer medicine that have no interest in curing breast cancer. They are never going to cure it because they're making so much money off of it and they're just getting money.
Pharmaceuticals are the biggest drug dealers on the planet,
Oh yeah, biggest drug dealers, biggest political contributors. It's just really a fucking mess,
and then they got the
and
lobbyists that go in there and pay people off and bullshit. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh yeah, and it's crazy what they'll pay for. But that's one thing, I stopped doing. I stopped giving to like charities, unless it just comes up, and they're like, oh, round up to this or whatever. But honestly, I've gotten to where someone says, hey, I missed a bunch of work. My family's got this. I'd rather give that person some money,
Damn right.
and save the
Damn
money I
right.
was giving on those charities because at least I can see that it's helping someone. And there's just so much overhead in a lot of these charities.
Yeah, y'all heard him. Y'all hit that cash app for this charity. No, I'm kidding.
There's just so much overhead. You look at some of these charities and what they're paying out in salaries alone, and I'm just like, well, I don't know. There was this one guy, and I respected him. He was standing outside the store, and he was like, "Look, man, I'll just be honest with you. I need a couple of drinks. I had this going on, that going on, da 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 da." I was like, "Come on in here, man." I bought him a couple 40s, man. I'm like, "Fuck it," you know. Hey,
He's
it helped
honest.
him. It helped him that day, and I'm not trying to contribute to alcoholism or anything, but he was going to get it one way or the other eventually. I'd rather
Right.
help him than a lot of people I've helped over the years because they're like I say, I've had extended family and stuff that I'll tell you, I can't tell you how many Christmases and other things my family bought their family, and how many times we back up shit out of our pantry and take it to them, and then them motherfuckers, when my brother and stuff was having a hard time, nothing
Yeah.
nothing come from those hands. So I'm just like, yeah, I've helped a lot of people that never would repay. So I don't mind helping this person or that person.
Right. Right. Oh yeah. I mean, that's what it's about. Like, I do believe in karma.
Hmm.
You know, I do believe that what you put out comes back, and so just make sure you put out good shit. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. Well, I got to have premium for my motorcycle, Rick. Oh hell yeah! I'm at 174 subscribers. That's what I'm talking about. Over five. Yeah, I figured. I paid 509 here the other day. Fucking
Man,
took me like 22 goddamn dollars to fill up my 5.3 gallon tank. I was pissed.
you know
Hey,
what I
it
don't
cost on
understand?
12.50. Goddamn it.
I don't understand when we got like maybe some of it's inflation, but I don't understand how we got from used to when you went to the gas station, at least here, it would be like 2.95, 3.05, 3.15 for the different levels. It'd be 10 cents off.
Right.
Then we got to a point where it's like 15 cents off. Now it's like 70 cents difference between grades. What
Oh,
the
I
hell's up
know.
with that
I
shit?
know. I've been paying over $5. Like I lucked out. I found it at a one of the little Walmart gas stations. Uh, I found premium for 4.58. Like I almost would have had a gas jug with me on the fucking bike. I got extra. Like fuck.
Yeah, just fill up a trailer or something. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Now when I was out on my trip, I went through California, and believe it or not, like Eastern California, where it's really rural,
Yeah,
like in the Sierra Nevadas and stuff,
yeah.
that's where I paid the highest. I thought it would be higher in LA and stuff, but I guess because they're rural and
Everything's
it
high in
takes more to get it
California. It's
there.
California.
Man, it was like 740, I think was the most I paid, and that was a few weeks ago. I think it's gone up since then. But LA was still high. LA was still up there around $7, but I couldn't believe it was, a lot higher in the more country areas. But I guess that makes sense. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, because they have to drive further to get it.
yeah, I went to Cody, Wyoming, and
Oh
this was
fuck,
in
you're in bumfuck
2020.
country. Yeah.
Yeah, in Cody, Wyoming, I was blown away by the gas prices there in 2020, because they were fairly low everywhere else, and I got to Cody, and I was like, "Damn, these gas prices are ridiculous." Because I've for a while been kind of scouting out where I want to move to, as my daughter gets older and I get ready to, to retire someday. I'm kind of looking out west, but I definitely, definitely
You got to
consider it
move to a weed state, bro.
a weed state. I think eventually it'll be legal everywhere, but it's taking its time.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's legalized here in the Bible Belt the way it has. It's only medical, and you have to have a card and all that bullshit. But like,
Yeah.
even to grow, like it's legal. You know what I'm saying? You just have to get the
Well, see,
card and shit.
I've always supported people being able to grow it even more so than I've supported selling it in stores. I think you should be able to grow whatever you can grow on your property. I mean, I just that's just my belief, and I'm more, I voted a lot for a lot of Republicans, but I'm more libertarian in thought, because
Right, right, right.
there's some things
Well,
that
you and fucking Red Reaper get along then, huh? Reaper still in here?
yeah.
He's
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
cool.
I'm just more like, what you do on your property and at home is your business.
Right, right.
So,
Like I'm not slinging it to little kids. I'm not. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, what you're growing for personal use is your business. And I don't think the government should tax and control or any of that. I had a friend of mine, we had a pretty deep debate about this. Yeah, it was 4 or 5 years ago. And I was like, yeah, I think, I think it was around the time Oklahoma did some of their laws
Yeah.
because they were saying you could have up to so many plants. I don't know what the law actually is, but at the time I was saying, yeah, I like that. That's, that they can
Right.
have plants and you can have so much on you. And he's like, well, how will they regulate it if they're if people are just growing it in their backyard? I'm like, where the hell do you think people are growing it now? I mean,
Right.
yeah, some of it comes from Mexico, some
Down
of
on
it
the
comes from here or
riverbanks,
there.
guerrilla style.
Yeah, but
That's how
other
they
than
do it in
that,
Kentucky. You know what I
a
mean?
lot of
Like,
yeah, a lot of your neighbors and shit are growing this shit, and you just don't know about it. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Unless you're in that
And
circle, right?
yeah, and I'm like, who do you want to grow it? You want fucking General Mills and Dole and Kraft and people like that to grow it because they're putting all kind of shit in your food. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Dude,
who
I'll tell you
exactly
what.
are you wanting to grow your shit? Because I tell you what, ConAgra put so much shit in their food. I,
Oh,
I
I know. I got family that works for ConAgra in Arkansas.
really, well, I
Yeah.
don't mean no offense to them, but ConAgra is a company, man. They put a lot of shit. They'll buy up a brand and completely reformulate it.
Oh, I know they did it down there in Russellville, Arkansas. They sure the fuck did.
Yeah.
Um, so that was crazy. Fucking like they bought out what was it? Thai something, some Mexican or some Chinese food, Oriental food. Uh,
Oh,
shit.
I
And
know
they
they
and then
bought
they
out
started doing
they
like
bought
that.
out
Then they do
P.F.
pot
Chang's. Their
pies, and then they do uh, they do all like the banquet meals there, like this.
Well, I tell you what, they ran peanut what is it? Peter Pan peanut butter. They ran that shit in the ground. Have you tasted, like, if you had Peter Pan peanut butter 15 years ago or whenever before they bought it, and you taste it now, it tastes all waxy and shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the hell did you put in this?
they
Like, how
took
do
the
you fuck
honey
up
out of it.
peanut
They
butter?
took the honey out of it.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you fuck up
I'm gonna
peanut
take
butter?
it. I know.
It's like, well, I don't understand some of this stuff. It's like Coca-Cola, for example. Years ago, I got mad as hell, and I called them. I was pissed. I'm big on like calling companies, and people will be, oh, you're Karen. I'm like, well, I
Now
think
you
they need
are
the
Karen
feedback.
Bleezy.
They need the feedback. So they made that Seagram's ginger ale. So they had Schweppes ginger ale. You remember Schweppes?
Yeah,
It
I
was
remember
and
Schweppes.
some of the stuff. You good? So some of this stuff may not apply to like different regions of the country. I get that, but there was Schweppes,
Yeah,
uh, and that was the ginger ale that like Coke distributed, right? Well,
right.
then they bought the Seagram's ginger ale, or bought the name to put it on there. They slapped that on there, and it was good for like 6 months.
Oh yeah,
Well, then one day I bought one, and I was like, I get this like sweet taste in my mouth. Oh, what the
I
hell
bet
is
you
that? They
do.
put that damn sucralose shit in there.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like, this ain't a diet drink. Why in the fuck are you putting all this artificial sweetener in here? I can taste that shit for days after I drink it. Like,
yeah,
I tried one of those Coke Zeros when they first came out. I'm talking 3 or 4 days later, I could taste that shit. I cannot stand
Ugh.
sucralose or aspartame.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I called them up and I'm like, are you, like, is this a
You are
diet
Karen.
drink that I don't see? And they're like, no, no, that's the new formula. Da, 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 da. I said, y'all didn't learn shit back in the 80s, did you? Like,
Right. Hey,
stop
yeah, right.
fucking the shit that's fine. So, you know what? Like, now if you go and buy it, they have a ginger ale and like a ginger ale light or a diet ginger ale or something, the Seagrams, and they took the sucralose out of their original one and only have it in the other one. I'm like, that's what you should have did. Like, who the hell's making this up? I don't know. That shit frustrates me. If I had my way, we'd have glass bottles. Everything would be in glass bottles
Oh
again.
yeah, and
Because that's a
recycle
lot of the
everything.
reason they use the corn syrup. A lot of the reason they use the corn syrup is the plastic. When they
Right,
went to plastic, they realized that the shelf life was affected with sugar because the plastic and the sugar don't do well together. The sugar eats through the plastic, and a little
right,
bit of
right,
it gets
right.
in there. So they went to high fructose corn syrup. That and all the subsidies drove them in that direction. So, now you got all the corn syrup and shit in it. But if we had stuck with glass, you could put sugar in there and have just as long a shelf life and not have these problems.
Right.
Uh, I'm
Can
not
I
the
answer a
face of
question
health
from
by
the
any means.
comments real quick?
Uh huh.
Poker Mike wants to know, how do you fuck up peanut butter?
Yeah.
Stick your dick in it, I assume. That'd fuck up a jar of peanut butter. Philip
It'll
said,
at least get it mixed around, won't it?
"Oh yeah, I'm gonna start. It's not very big, but it'll start." Oh, Miss Scarface, I apologize. She always comes in here when I'm talking on shit, talking dirty.
Oh
I
yeah.
apologize, Miss Scarface. Love
Well,
them
if
though.
you if you put it in a little bit of that Peter Pan peanut butter, it might taste a little better. To be honest with you, these days
Oh
that shit's
shit,
gotten
that's funny
awful.
as fuck.
It's so waxy. I don't know. To hell with it. You know. That's another thing. They're always like, "Oh, we got salmonella in the peanut butter." What the fuck? How do you like? I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know.
get it.
It's all the bullshit they put in there, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, Pigeon Ralph? I am
Uh
a
oh.
potty mouth, Miss Scarface. I am a motherfucking potty mouth.
Now you be careful. Durkee owns the rights to that. He's like, I own the rights to that.
Oh yeah, what?
Section 230.
Exit 230. That helps all my rights. All
Yeah.
my rights.
If it ain't that, he's always screaming, "This is a castle state." That's what gets me. He cracks me up with that shit. I'm like,
Castle
dude,
State.
yeah, because the what they call the castle doctrine, where it's kind of like stand your ground. they're different variations of the same kind of intention.
Right.
But he cracks me up with that shit because I'm like, dude, as many
Right. Hey,
times as you've been on here, go ahead.
oh, he said, Patrick said, dogs love it. We know some that we can ask, not saying any names. Oh, shit, bro. He broke out the peanut butter. But here, listen, you want to use the creamy peanut butter because they bite at the nuts on the crunchy kind.
Oh man, y'all are a mess.
Yeah, we get plumb, but we don't get fuck over here. We're going to have fun.
That's funny. Yeah, man.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go
No,
ahead.
no, you're fine. I was just saying, as many times he's waved his gun around on there and been like, "Oh, I'll kill somebody if you step foot in my yard." I don't know about West Virginia. I mean, if you put it in front of a jury in West Virginia, he might get away with it. But I'll tell you, a jury here in Georgia and a lot of other states,
Yeah,
they're going to
if you're deep
consider
enough in
that
the South, you can get away
premeditated.
with it.
Well, they might consider it premeditated. They might say, "Hey, he said if this happens, this is the result." And,
Well, the way it'd
you
be premeditated is how you beat that is you don't have your gun loaded when you go out there and you cock it on the way out there. Anybody know what premeditated? I'd be cock it on the way out there. That was an extra step that I had to take. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And why'd
man.
you shoot them 5 times? Because 4 wasn't enough and 6 was too many.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm pretty big on gun rights. I mean, I think people should be able to have them, use them as they need, to defend themselves and their families and that sort of thing. Um, some of the stuff that comes out where people are like, going against stand your ground laws. Sure, there's been people that have misused them. There's been a lot of people that have said, "Oh yeah, this is what happened," and you know, if they had only people telling their side of the story and there's no cameras around, yeah, I guess so. I
Right?
think they've still done more good than harm for people who are actually defending themselves. But
Right. Oh, yeah. California, you have to retreat to the furthest. Am I correct in this? Me, because you live out there. I think you have to retreat to the furthest part of your house and fucking have your gun. And if you shoot them, you're still going to jail. Motherfucker, I like living in the South because you get in my front yard at the door. It's called fucking stand my ground and shit. You know what I mean? We got,
yeah,
Texas has a sundown law or some shit like that.
well,
That's
the
really
big
cool.
deal in California too is the liability. In
Really?
California, if you shoot someone, even if you were in the right, they can still take you to court, from what I understand,
Well,
and
yeah.
that could be huge. That could be the difference.
Well, that's why you got to be careful where you place your bullets. Like, and I'm not being a smart ass because you're accountable for every one that you shoot.
Yeah,
You're accountable for everyone you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And you're exactly right, Wacky Jackie.
yeah. There's some people that don't need them, but I don't know that it's the government's job to decide. I think people's families and people around them should be working with those people to be more responsible. I think it's real hard to like have a law and say that these people shouldn't have guns, because then if you want a group of people not to have guns, then you just kind of increase that level of what that group is.
Right, right.
I don't know. It's kind of hard. I don't trust the government in general.
Fuck no.
I
Fuck
I, tr- I
no.
trust my neighbors more. It's hard to say. I mean, there's no perfect situation.
And no offense to anybody, but at this point, I damn near just trust me to what this world's going to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to be careful. I mean, there's. Let me tell you this story. You got a minute for me to tell you this?
Yeah, go ahead, brother. We got 18 minutes.
Yeah, that's probably a no go, Wacky Jackie. But yeah, like his mom or somebody needs to be
Wacky Jackie,
involved
I
in
love
that.
your name. Wacky Jackie. Wacky Jackie, Wacky Jackie.
But yeah,
Sounds dirty, but it's not. I know. Sorry, I'm a perv.
so when I
Anyways,
went to Oregon this last trip, and this first time I've ever been in Oregon. But I heard you can't pump your own gas. Like they have gas attendants, and that's the law.
right.
Oregon and New Jersey are two that are supposedly you're supposed. I think there's a few exceptions for like commercial drivers and stuff, but so I had this in my mind that they pump your gas in Oregon. First
Nah.
time I go into Oregon and drive in there, I stop for gas when I get not long after I got over the line, and I'm sitting there in my car because I was kind of situating everything. We had been on the road for several hours, and this guy walks into my car, and I'm like, "What the fuck does this guy want?" And I didn't think about it because he was kind of he's kind of rough cut. He wasn't quite what I would have expected in like a
Right.
gas attendant, but
Are you
that's
saying
who
you
it
didn't know if he
was.
was smart enough to pump your gas? That's what I just heard.
He seemed like he was I don't know. He seemed like he was desperate. Is all I can say.
Was it
But
Durkee?
no, this guy
Oh,
definitely
okay.
wasn't Durkee. But yeah, no, it's like, oh shit, he's the guy who pumps the gas. So I'm like, hold on, I'm getting out. I'm like, so how does this work? Do I give you my card? What the hell happens here? And he's like, oh yeah. So they get your card, put it in the thing, and they pump the gas and they give you your card and receipt back. That's like how that works. And you know, he cleaned my windshield and everything. And the whole time I was in Oregon, he was the only one that cleaned my windshield and like checked my fluids and everything. All the other ones were just like pump the gas and was like bye. And I
Right.
was like,
I
well,
want to air my
damn.
tires too. I want the Andy Griffith service.
Well, I asked a buddy of mine. I said, you know, I said I tipped them. And he's like, no, you shouldn't tip them. They don't do tips. They're not really supposed to do tips. They get, you know, they get a living wage up here and all this. And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel wrong not tipping them. So that was the big thing. Was like, I don't know. I'd
Right.
rather tip them and then not and be the asshole that they're like, fuck him
I'm an
all day.
asshole. I'm an asshole. Fuck it.
Yeah. He was like, they get paid a living wage up here. And I said, oh, I don't know, man. Shit. I'm just doing the best I can.
No. When it comes to like waitresses and shit, I always tip because I know they're making like
Yeah.
$2.15 an hour or what some stupid fucking. You know what I
That
mean?
seems pretty universal, like in America, that I think no matter where they are, even if they've got the, you know, the minimum wages and living wages, I think pretty often
Right.
they're still factoring their tips, which I you know, I don't know. I'm all for not taxing as much money that comes through people's hands as possible. I think the government should tax a lot less of what we earn.
I mean,
But
I think it should. I personally think it should depend on the state, but that's my opinion.
you know,
Like, I
where there's like no federal uh income tax and just state income tax. Yeah.
and that way it
Yeah.
goes back into the state. You know what I mean? And that way, I mean, it's not because all we're doing is lining people's pockets. Here, I'm gonna be real quick. Let's have a moment of realness. I don't give a fuck if you're Republican, Democrat, or Libertarian, and I'm just gonna pick on everybody since they're in the room. I'm sure our government officials do not give a fuck about us. They don't give two
Yeah.
flying fucks. They don't know who we are. They don't know what struggles we have. They don't know. Um, I mean, but you know, if they make 215,000 a year, well, and they want to send one of our soldiers off for 28,000 a year, and you know, and here's another thing, fucking, they can be there if they're 18 years old. They can be old enough to go fight in a fucking war, but they can't be old enough to buy a goddamn beer. You got me
Yeah.
fucked up. You know what I mean? Like that. That kind of stupid shit just whine.
Well, most
Or
of the
here's another one.
politicians,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, most of the politicians that make it to the level of like, you know, national success and stuff, they are corrupt. They don't care. There are few local people here and there. They're, you know, they mean
Most
well,
people
but
won't
it
take
doesn't
it so
last long.
far.
Yeah, it doesn't last long.
Right. What happened? What happened? Red Rebel or Red Bull? People let them talk their shit, bro. They ain't fucking nobody. Fuck them. Tell them to suck your dick from the back. From the back. What up, Herbal? Herbal.
Really, that sucks, Red Bull. You know what? I deleted one of the only videos I've deleted on my channel was this fucking prank call I did to Taco
Yeah.
Bell, and they deleted my fucking video, or I deleted my fucking video because I tagged Taco Bell in it, and it was at that time it was like the most successful video I had, and I got like 1,000 watches, and I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, this is
Wow.
it. And it was all these people commenting on there talking about this is a pandemic. You're messing with the what do they call them?
Oh my God, you're messing with the curve.
What are the people that the what are they? Essential workers. You're messing with essential workers and all this bashing and bullshit and stuff. And I was like, fuck this. I don't have time for this. I didn't even feel that like I wasn't even in the mood to put the video up anyway. I was fucking pissed, dude. So yeah, I feel you, man. I hate they were bashing your shit.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. Like, bro, let me tell you what. Haters are views too.
That's true too. That's true
Haters
too.
are views too, man. Like, dude,
Well, I
you
feel
can
like if
fuck
I would have
anybody
left it
else. Like, as
up,
long as you're happy and you're doing what you think's right and you ain't fucking people around. I mean, it ain't, you know, ain't nobody's business what anybody fucking does. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that for any content creator. Fuck that.
yeah, And I'm tired of the censorship too. But I believe if I'd have left that video up and then you guys found it, y'all would have enjoyed it and
Oh, I would have. I
appreciated it.
would have.
But them motherfuckers that were on there, man, they were rough. You're messing with essential workers. You're a bully.
Oh
I don't
God,
like
yeah.
people who call people bully. And if anybody in the chat calls people bully, I'm sorry. Just maybe reassess because
You're a
to
fucking
me,
bully, Big
when people
Bleezy. Don't be a bully.
when people call people bully, it just automatically takes on
Triggers are pussy.
almost like a victimhood on their part to me, like you're a born victim. And I'm not trying to be like mean, but everybody I've ever heard say bully in that context has been like somebody who themselves is like been bullied or is in a situation where they're always the victim. So I'm like, okay. There's a couple other words like that. I'll have to think of them. I can't remember, but there's a few other I feel that way about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I didn't like a bully in high school. I don't like a bully now. I didn't like a, you know. And there's different types of bullies. It's not
Mm.
just always the biggest motherfucker on the playground.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
there's manipulative bullies. There's fucking, I mean, there's nothing worse than a mind fucking bully. You know what I'm saying? That one that
Oh
just
yeah.
mind fucks you. Nobody wants to be associated with that. I mean, nobody wants fucking. And if you don't know how to fucking deal with a bully, like, here's how you deal with a bully: you punch them in the nose. I don't give a fuck if they mind fuck you or what. Because you punch them in the nose, you probably mind fuck them. Just being real honest.
Yeah, I feel like the only way to stand up to them, only way to deal with them is stand up to them because
Fuck yeah. And if you get your ass whipped, you know what? At least you had heart to stand up to them. You know what
hell,
I
one
mean?
of the only fights
Next
I ever
time,
won was with a bully. That was one
yeah.
of the only fights I ever won in school. Because most of the time people jump me. If I got into a fight at school, most times somebody else started it. Because if
Oh
I
yeah.
was starting a fight, I was getting my ass whipped when I got home. Because I wasn't supposed to be going to school and starting fights. But now if someone started a fight with me and I got in trouble for it, my mom and dad were like, you know what, it's bullshit. You got in trouble, but I'm glad you defended yourself. But
Right.
this one time, this one dude fucked with me so man, he fucked with me all the time in elementary school. And by about the fourth grade, I was tired of his shit.
Right.
And it wasn't like every day or nothing, but it was like at least once a month he had some shit to say. And I just grabbed his fucking shirt and ripped it off his fucking back, and we got into it after that, man.
Oh
Oh, we
yeah.
got into it. But I didn't like throw the first punch, but I fucked his shirt up. And oh
Man.
man, he was crying and upset and all that stuff. We ended up being friends after that. We ended up being
Right. Right.
friends after that, and I still know him to this day. I mean, we're not tight, but we're not enemies. You know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Well, that's the way it was back in the day. Like when we got in a fight in school, we fucking punched each other in the mouth and usually became friends. We had lunch the next day together. You know what I mean? Because we came to our
Yeah.
understanding or whatever.
A lot of the people I got into fights with, I ended up kind of getting along with afterwards.
Well, I mean, it's a part of human nature. And I know that sounds really fucked up. I'm not saying go around and put your hands on people because that's fucked up. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like sometimes, Adam Calhoun said it best. Sometimes, how do you put it? In other words, sometimes violence is the answer. Like if you want a successful revolution, violence is necessary. If you want,
Yeah.
there's just certain things that if you want, violence is necessary. But violence is a tool like anything else. If you look at it that way, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not a means of whatever. I feel like anything's a tool as long as you use it properly.
And sometimes you just have to kind of clear the air,
Yeah.
especially when you're young. And I think that's something that, kids are missing nowadays. Kids are missing like the things that build you tough when you was a kid. Like, sometimes you got an ass whipping if you did wrong. Sometimes you fell off your bike and skinned your knee. And a lot of kids don't play outside anymore.
Right.
Sometimes you had to fight that bully or get into something on the playground. Why not let them do that there? I mean, I know the big deal nowadays is like liability and stuff. Everybody wants to sue the school and all that shit. But why not let them do that there and get it out of their system there? Then let them go out and be adults where it's going to hit their record and it's going to impact them and their job
Right.
options and stuff. I feel like there was some stuff that was done right in the past. Some stuff
Right.
needed improving, but I think some stuff was done right in the past. Hell, we made it to this point as
Right. Right.
humans.
Right. Well, I
So
mean,
like,
we're still evolving. Like whether it's a slow evolve or a slow evolution, whatever it may be, I believe that we're always evolving, whether it be technologically, physically, scientifically. there's always some form of evolution going on, and I mean, but have you ever seen that movie Idiocracy?
I've seen little pieces of that. Is that where they were like watering the plants with Gatorade or something?
Yes, and he's like, not now, I'm
Yeah.
baking. Yeah,
I thought it was kind of corny what I saw of it, but I was like, man, this might be where we're headed.
that's my
It's been
point. Like, it's
years.
so stupid, but it's fucking kids eating Tide Pods. Like, the fuck.
Yeah.
Uh, Not only that, between the Tide Pods and what other stupid shit are they doing? You know, I mean, God,
Yeah, about the worst thing we ever did was like stick our tongue to a 9 volt or something, you know?
right, or just pee on an electric fence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did stupid shit like that. Like, I'll tell you one time, man, we found this nest of yellow jackets, dude, and we was like, throw rocks at it, throw rocks at it. That shit didn't go
no,
over well. And we thought, oh, they're going back in the ground. Them fuckers came up from behind us, man.
oh fuck
You know,
yeah,
because
they
they
did.
always got 2 or 3 holes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I never knew why they built their nests in the ground, but I heard, and I don't know if I saw it on Wikipedia or somewhere, but I don't know if it's verifiable. But I heard that they build their nests in the ground to eat cicada eggs.
Yeah, I
So,
think I've heard something along those
yeah,
lines too.
so that might be the case. I'm not a fan of yellow jackets. I'll do anything to save a honeybee or something, but
Yeah,
I don't want the fucking yellow jackets. I have no use for them.
hornets, yellow jackets, fucking what else? Wasp, fuck a wasp. I'm allergic to them motherfuckers. I swell up fatter than I already am. Can't
Really.
breathe.
I'm not allergic to anything I know of, but I had a buddy. You know those big
Those
ones that
crazy women.
they call them Japanese wasps. I think here they're like
Yeah,
big yellow jacket looking things, but they
yeah,
look
they're like the
bigger
size of
than
your
yellow
thumb.
jacket. Yeah, my buddy hit one of those, and he's not allergic to bees or anything, but he hit one. He just like slapped it when it was flying, and it like broke in half. Like it just I guess it's got like an exoskeleton or whatever.
Right,
And it
right.
just broke in half, and some of the juice got on him. Dude, his fucking arm swelled up like a big nipple or something. It was fucking weird.
Whoa.
It didn't even sting him. It just got on him, and I was like, dude.
Wow.
So ever since then, I'm like, I don't want to fuck with them things. I got some of that wasp spray. Man,
Yeah.
I hit one of them with it one time. It didn't
You
even
got some of
move.
that wasp spray, huh?
Yeah, you know that wasp spray that they have? The like it's like diesel fuel in a can, that's what it is. I hit that motherfucker with that and it didn't even move. It just stayed flying where it was. I closed the fucking door and went inside. I was like,
Shit. Yeah, I don't like wasp. You'll hear me run like a little girl wasp.
Yeah.
But
I ain't
hey,
gonna.
it's 4 minutes till 8.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, it's
but
been
hey
good
guys, I
being on with you,
appreciate y'all
man.
coming out. Everybody, let's go over to where are we going? I'm stoned. Rick Sanchez's and Moses Heaps. Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all having me and thank you, Seth. I appreciate it. And
Yes, sir.
anytime
You're
I
welcome here anytime.
come back and when I do a live stream, I'll send you a link or something and maybe you can jump in on mine if you want to.
Hell yeah, sounds good to me, Bubba.
All right. Y'all take it easy. Everybody have a good night.
Yeah, y'all have a good one. Yeah, y'all go sub to that man, sub to each other. Do you? Yeah, I guess sub to him. Why? So yeah, sub to him. Later, CTG. Man, I hope y'all had a good time tonight, guys. Uh, shit. I guess you're welcome, Bubba. You're welcome back anytime. Is Blue still around? Does he want to come up for a few minutes? I just may be late to Rick Sanchez, but if y'all want, y'all go over to see Rick Sanchez. Oh, I guess. All right, fuck it. I guess I'm gonna be out like a fat kid in dodgeball, and I'll see y'all over at Rick and Moses's. Y'all have a good one.